Hello and welcome to the Honest Warrior Game. Hello and welcome to the Honest Warrior Gamer. I'm your host, Santa, and with me are my two helpers, Rudolph.
Hello.
And an elf.
Fuck this, man.
An Eldar elf.
Excellent.
Welcome to the show.
Right now, where do we go?
Well, that's it, really. If you're listening to the podcast,
where are my carrots?
What? I demand a mince pie. So,
I want my carrots from McDonald's as well.
Oh, I've heard they're healthy.
Great.
Yes, great. That's Tony the Tiger. If you are listening to the podcast, we are dressed up as Santa and Rudolph and an elf. And then everyone else at home, thank you for joining us live on Twitch. Thank you to everyone on Twitch and Patreon who subscribe, and of course hello to everyone on YouTube and on Facebook. If you would like to leave some like and love hearts down here, then you will be a nice boy and girl and you will get a present in the post, and that present will be really bad points in chapter approved. Daisy Duke the dog. I don't know what that's just. What the hell? Dude, our days just donated 100 bits for carrots for Nikos's. This is too hot.
Oh, if only he was here to celebrate that.
It's not really Santa, it's me.
Oh god,
It is so warm in there. Are you not warm?
Yeah, I'm boiling.
Let's take it off. Right. Anyway, welcome everyone to the Honest Wargamer. Thanks for joining us, Tom, Nikos.
Hello.
Show so much louder. It's like such a good ear muffler.
Yeah. Well, so you can hear yourself echo.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? So today it's 40k, so it's Ladies' Night, our favourite night of the week. Thanks for joining us on Twitch or wherever else you're joining us. Obviously, we told you all about our sponsors, which is the Crowd. We're crowd-funded. Congratulations,
mob
everybody.
outside.
Today's information and things that we are sharing is we're going to talk about the League of Knights draw for our event that we're live streaming on the 29th of December. We're going to be talking about the formations in Vigilus. I'll be talking about a small part of the narrative, which I quite enjoyed. Only a small part, not the entire thing.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
I mean, Tom's head explodes.
What? And then finally, we will also be looking at the points in chapter approved and whether or not we think that they are excellent or even more excellent. And the answer is
Buy an ironclad.
there's not. You shouldn't buy an ironclad for several reasons. One, it looks guff.
I thought that's alright.
Come on.
It's not great, is it?
What?
I bought one to turn into a double autocannon dreadnought just because it had two arms that suited that conversion.
Nice.
See, the arms look good for a conversion.
Yeah, but it's but you would say that the ironclad is armless in a fight.
Yes.
Nice. Nice. See, I'm doing the joke
thing, yeah.
All right, cool. That's why I'm here. So, hello everyone. Mousebat, Daisy Duke the dog. Evening. Loads of dog barks. JJ number 10. Eyeglasses. DeBolt said, "Fucking Christ." Oh boy, Phil. John called us an idiot, which is hilarious.
An idiot.
An idiot.
Did he call us a stupid woman?
There's Arkian in the house. So, hello everyone. Thanks for joining us. Right. So, before we get on with this, I want to ask the Twitch chat, YouTube chat, you two, 40k this week, since last week. How you been feeling? What you been up to? The HCMR community's been kicking off because of an FAQ.
I heard there was nothing going on in the FAQ.
Well, no, nothing
Some bits.
changed. But I did make, at the end of the 40k show, AOS show, I did say, but at least they haven't done 40k.
At least I didn't wreck it. I feel bad bit.
And actually, that's a really positive kickoff for what this show's going to be about today.
Well, I've got Lady Alinda on my desk and 20 Grimgas Reapers on the way.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm very happy.
But 40k, what's been happening? I have been super excited ever since Friday because they've updated Battle Scribe, and I've been writing army lists because I can't decide what I'm going to play. What have you two been up to?
I've played 4 missions from the new. I've played 4 of the new 6 missions.
You played 4 of them?
Played 4 of them.
That's fucking brilliant. How are they going? What do you think of them?
I'm really enjoying them so far. I do like the new setup thing because it saves a bit of time and makes things a little bit easier. And I've really enjoyed all the missions I've played, apart from the war. The one I didn't enjoy that much is the one that has the shrinking zone, because I think that it just becomes a bit of a
Mosh pit in the middle.
mosh pit in the middle.
Do you think they all become mosh pits in the middle?
I don't think so. No.
No? You know when people say, oh, I don't like that game format, it's a bit mosh pit in the middle. I'm like, rugby? It's quite mosh pit in the middle.
Yeah.
Ish.
It's good though.
Yeah.
Chess is the mosh pit in the middle.
Chess, mosh pit in the middle. Darts,
Yeah.
double top.
Curling.
Curling is all the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Bowling.
The whole thing. Bowling. Yeah.
Bowling, mosh pit in the middle. Mr. Kapowski, thanks for subscribing 3 months in a row. Way. He's got some BDE right there. 3 months worth of BDE. So Tom, do you think it's all mosh pit in the middle?
I've only played one game.
Yeah.
And I mosh pitted in the middle and then I died. But it was okay.
Would you say you should or shouldn't mosh pit in the middle?
Well, it was fine. Like, it worked out for me because it was a horrendous matchup and I got 8 points out of 20 in it because it was ETC format.
So let me get this right exactly, because this is the thing I've been with the new missions, because I'm a huge fan of the new missions. But effectively what you do is you take all your men and you kind of throw them in the middle, and then they take all their men and they throw them in the middle, and your men just get on top of their men, and you're all just in the middle.
I took all my army men.
Parliament.
Just a pile of men.
We were doing ETC format, so we had like a chapter approved mission, a maelstrom mission, and then the secondaries. And then I drew domination. So I took all my army men, and I lobbed them on all the objectives.
Yeah.
So I got domination, I got a bunch of points standing on objectives. I mean, he tabled me, but it was okay because I had loads of points.
Points and prizes?
Yeah, I mean, he won, but
Oh.
it was like, it's ETC, so it's like 12-8, and it was a bad matchup for me, so it was fine. I've also played a game of League of Knights, ready for the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did it go? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good.
Which mission did you play?
We played the Capture the Flag one.
Ah, okay.
That was good.
I think that's my favourite.
Yeah. I think we're starting to zero in on what we think it's going to be. What people are going to bring this weekend.
Okay. Okay.
I've seen a taste of what people are bringing.
Oh, yeah, you've seen some of the
Quite a few
list.
Castellans.
Really?
I'm not surprised. No, people are bringing the big
Well, thankfully, all the points have gone up on the Castellan, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's fine.
Yeah. They went up
Let
in
me-
chapter
let me-
approved. Tom, your job was to research the points chapter approved. So as far as I know, the Castellan went up like to an appropriate level
I mean,
of points.
I'm just going to try and find it.
Yeah, just okay. Well,
Okay,
I'll do that.
It should be right next to the Talos.
I'll do a search. Can't find it.
Oh, it's just war gear. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. You
Wait,
must
yeah,
have just
they
searched
changed the
wrong thing.
points. They told me.
Did you spell Castellan right?
Everyone told me that before chapter approved that the points would go up for Castellans in chapter approved, so it would be fine.
And Taloses, because they're unbelievably busted and you should sort it out.
But they've gone up, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they have, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Right. Okay. Because I would worry if
They
they
hadn't
hadn't.
put them up.
Yeah, they have. They definitely have.
I'm sure we'll find out later. That
Oh, we'll find out later whether or not they have. Okay. All right.
and we'll tell you how much they went up by.
Okay, I'm so excited. The draw has not happened. We should probably get on with the draw ASAP.
Yeah.
So maybe we should do the draw first, get it out of the way in case people are waiting for that. I just want to say hello to Chris, so Serbator's in the house, Carl Mack, Tristan Gray, who says, has anyone listened to the 40k Badcast? I haven't, but he recommends it. And if you know Tristan well, yeah, he's Canadian and he's nice, so that means that the 40k Badcast must be good. I'm just going with that. Because I like Justin Trudeau. Trudeau. Because of his
Justin Trudeau,
hilarious
yeah.
comedy outfits that he wears all the time.
Where he just goes to every other country and wears something.
Yeah, he walks off of the Canadian airplane and goes, "Give me your local garb." Yeah, and then they dress him. It's amazing.
Goes to Siberia and just turns up in a potato sack.
There was a hilarious like international meeting where Donald Trump signed something in the wrong place, and then that guy made a really funny
face.
joke.
They all made
Well, no,
a face.
he made a really funny comment. Like
Yeah.
he was signing his bit, and he just went, "We all get a copy." You all get a copy of the mistake.
Right, so Chester Master Valrak, the draw's not happened yet, don't worry. There's an ETC AOS 2.2, says Dude Day. There is. No, Rob, not Justin. LOV is against Justin. Justin Trudeau.
I've not actually found a Canadian who likes him.
Really? I like him because he's comedy, and also
because he's entertaining.
Because Donald Trump's wife fancies him.
He's also pretty good comedy as well.
Yeah. So I'm all about that.
NA politics, lol.
LOV says Justin is a drama teacher trying to run the country. Well,
isn't everyone's leader really a drama teacher?
At least they've got someone trying to run their country. Yeah, the UK has just got. Let's move on from this. We should never talk Primarchs or politics. And with that said, Vulcan's the best Primarch.
Well, now we've just killed all the boxes, so we might as well just carry on.
Horus is the best.
So how are we doing the draw?
Pardon me?
I've just done the draw. Just done it.
Oh,
okay. So we're announcing the draw.
So random number generator.
Okay. All right. So without much further ado, and much more to do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you very much. We're going to do the live draw so you guys are going to be able to watch the League of Nights. There's 4 games, so there's going to be 4 people able to play on the stream this weekend, or like maybe 8 people because of the matchups and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll be live streaming from the Honest Wargamer HQ. There'll be commentators. You guys should be able to enjoy yourself. We're going to be hanging out. It's going to be a barrel of laughs, loads of fun. Nikos has made incredible scenery. I'm really excited about it. So. Some people are going to be playing each other. We're going to be. We're doing loads of.
Fix his name as well before you paste it.
There's loads of narrative and stuff. So just
that one. Yeah.
check out the show live while we're doing some crazy stuff for the next week, and we're doing some like teaser stuff, and then we'll get on with the points and Vigilus formations.
Sorry,
We're
doing admin.
Done it. Yeah, I was just sorting out a spelling error. On
Okay. John says Vulcan is a stupid man, Unicron John. But little does Unicron John know, he's a stupid man.
Woo!
Yeah, that'll teach you.
Got him.
Harsh words, Rob.
Greco, don't worry, no politics is going to continue. All the politics are over, but we might continuously say Justin Trudeau because now his
It's a funny name.
It's also, I don't think I'm saying it right.
It's Trudeau.
Let's not over...
Trudeau it.
Trudeau it.
Terrible.
Right, shall I do it? Right. So, table 1.
Table 1.
So is this a stream table or have we not decided yet?
Oh, we've not decided the stream table yet. This is just the
first matchup.
The first matchup is Greg Bish versus Sam Musgrove.
Oh, Musgrove or Mushgrove?
Musgrove.
Right, okay, Sam and Greg, who will...
Sam and Greg.
Eventually we'll know their lists as well.
Yeah, not all the lists are in yet, so I can't reveal
Lazy
that
fuckers.
information. Well, the deadline's Saturday, so...
Oh, they're not lazy, correct.
Yeah.
Well done, Sam, you got it. That's Chapter Master Valrak.
Ooh!
Ooh, first out of the hat. He's off now.
Okay.
So you're playing a guy called Sam. I've heard Sam is bringing 18 Armagor Warglaives, even though that is too many.
Is Sam Chapter Master Valrak?
Huh?
Is Sam Chapter Master Valrak?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, wait, is Sam... No.
Yes?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. And next...
Table 2 is Chris.
Also, Valrak now can... Valrak is Sam, and Valrak can now go and make a YouTube video whether or not that means a Primarch is returning to 40k, because he got drawn first. Who's the leader of the First Legion?
We've only got 8. Yeah. Our First Legion was Dark Angels, right? So it was Lionel Johnson.
Lionel Johnson's returning, Chapter Master.
Confirmed. Put it in the book.
Confirmed. Right. So
second. Table 2 is Chris Seaton versus Alan Smith.
Yes, Servitor versus Alan.
There is a household in there, so we might have to swap a few around.
Okay.
If any households are drawn against each other.
All right. Nice. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. And then table 3.
Table 3.
Chris Whitehead.
Ooh.
Versus, I've got Sam Musgrove again. I think that's a duplicated ticket. He's bought one for his mate.
Oh, he's bought one for his friend.
So which one's his mate?
Sam Musgrove's friend.
We put friend in brackets.
Yeah.
Friend.
And then the next one, table 4, is Andy Jones versus the Honest Wargamer House Robot.
Nice.
Because we've got odd number players.
Yeah.
So that's a spare player, basically.
Yeah. Andy Jones versus... Yeah. Good.
And then table 5, Peter Walker versus Chris Holland. Charles Holland, sorry, not Chris.
Charles?
We've got too many
Peter
Chris's.
Walker versus Charles Holland.
Ooh. Will that be a good matchup? Is everyone bringing in a Castellan?
Yes.
Who's bringing the
Apart from the
Porphyro?
one guy bringing the Porphyrion, yeah.
Is there someone?
There must be.
That would be great.
I don't
If
I
not,
want him to seize with the Porphyron and then just look at that Castellan and the guy with the Castellan and be like, oh no.
whoever said this wasn't pay to win. Bring a Porphyrion and you win. Yeah,
Next.
And then we've got Carl McKenna versus Datcom.
Ooh.
Ooh, Carl, I know you're in the house. Yeah, Datcom's on
That's
the way.
on table 6, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's exciting. Next up.
And then we've got Adam Lawrence versus Rick Nightingale.
Adam and Rick. That sounds like a
Duke it
tasty matchup.
It is.
Because they've
Spicy.
got some sporting names. Adam's going fast. Rick's concentrating. Oh no, Adam's seized. Oh no, Rick's made a free vulnerable save. And then,
We've got Linus Raid versus the Big Goldfish.
oh nice, the big goldfish is coming.
He is.
Carmack and the big goldfish.
Swimming down the Trent.
I imagine those two are going to be drinking beer and eating very spicy curries together at the same time.
Yeah.
Just pop a beer in the curry.
I already know they're going to be friends. I can just feel that in the
They're
waters.
not even playing each other.
But they will.
Okay, we're going to
And
rig
then,
it.
is that all the draws?
No, we've got Mikey Herbert versus Adam Sinclair.
Mikey Herbert of the incredible Hellstorm Wargaming fame.
So you've got two people who drove all the way from South Yorkshire to come here and
Yeah.
play in a different county.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah.
Probably swap them around. Wait, wait.
I don't know if it's the same household. I don't
Oh,
think
nice.
so.
Okay.
No.
We just got lots of South Yorkshire representation in this list.
All right, nice.
At least 4.
South Yorkshire lads like just using 4 big models and not having to think much.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
why I played Knights at the
There we go.
And then finally, that's
that
it.
was it. Yeah, that was it. There we go.
Congratulations. All right, so we'll put a draw up on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah?
Once I double check they're not from the same household.
Okay.
But if so, I'll do a minor tweak. But that should be it. Yeah.
All right. Is Mikey's painting the right colour, says Carmack. Absolutely guaranteed not to be.
I didn't realise Knight households had.
High diagnosis.
Yeah, I think they do.
Dick van der Hoosen
Okay.
is in the house.
Nice.
Whoop.
Nice.
Nice.
So we're going to be doing loads of coverage. Obviously, Christmas is the sandwich block in between. But then League of Nights, there's 10 tables worth of amazing scenery. We've got LED lights,
Glowing scene.
glowing scenery. We've got player packs. It's going to be really exciting. We're going to live stream it. I'm super pumped because it's just going to be a bunch of people, and it's going to be like just a cracking way to end the year, I think. So we'll just have a good laugh. So 29th of December, join us live on twitch.tv/CerlusWargamer. Yeah, for an entire. Oh, and don't forget, if he's not drunk in a police cell, yeah, still trying to sleep off the alcohol from the night before, Scrivo will be in the house.
And even if he is drunk, he might be here anyway.
Exactly. The Honest Wargaming team will be here. We'll be doing commentary. We'll be doing table coverage. We'll be doing chatting, and generally just being cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys will be here, and then I'll be at the back trying really hard.
Good.
Good. All right, excellent. So I'm very excited about that. Thank you very much, Nikos, for organising almost everything. So well done. Right. Okay. We'll see you guys there.
Yeah.
Yeah. On with the show.
Yeah. Let's proceed.
On with the show. All right. So what would you like to do first? Twitch chat and everyone else? Would you like to do the Vigilus formations or the chapter approved points? Or would you like to do some general shit talk about 40k before we get into it? Some people get really pissy when you do the general shit talk. But
I feel like the general shit talk will kind of go into the points.
Yeah.
So we can.
Dude, our days
Let's do
donated
the
100
formations.
bits so that Scrivo can get himself a Foster's. Classic Scrivo move. Classic. Mr. Kapowski wants some shit talk, and he was in first. Can I tell you my shit talk about
Do it.
40k this
Yeah.
week?
What's your shit talk?
I don't know what fucking army to play.
You never do.
Play Death Guard.
You can't commit. This is a problem.
To women, I can. Yeah.
Yes.
But almost invariably, that's a mistake. And what I don't want to do, yeah, is the same
no.
thing in 40k, right? I mean that in like a nice way.
Yeah.
Like I've been hurt a lot. Please cuddle me if you ever see me.
He's very cuddly. Look at him.
So any of those things. So, but I basically, let me get my phone. I've been writing 4 different faction lists. And can I tell you my problems? Because I'm hoping that anyone out there who's listening,
Shall we get our counselling ready?
yeah, get your counselling. Anyone, anyone out there who's listening can like feel my problem that they have.
Copy it.
All right, so we'll just do it together. All right, okay, right. So
How's that problem making you feel, Rob?
this is my. I can't decide, and I really want to just like gung ho get into it. yeah, into 40k, like, and play all the missions, but I just can't decide on an army, and I want there to be some flexibility in the codex that I'm not just going to be playing the same fucking army out all the time. Like, I want it to not just die on the first turn as well. These are my problems. I think you die on the first turn in 40k a lot. Don't want that to happen. Yeah, and most of the armies I like are shit.
Which armies do you like, Rob?
Okay, I'll go through them. Right, and I'll tell you my problems. I'll tell you my problems with each one of them. Is that okay?
Okay, and we're going to nail you down to one choice.
Please don't nail me down. Right.
Well.
So the first one I have is Astra Militarum.
No.
Okay. Let me tell you what I like about them.
Pure Astra Militarum?
I'm happy to run pure Astra Militarum, but at the minute, in the back of my head, just think this to yourself. Rob kind of wants to run 3 assassins or 3 inquisitors as well.
Just 3 assassins is a good choice.
Either or both?
Either or, like,
yes,
like into an army, all right? Okay, right. So Astra Militarum specifically because I want to run the Bullgrins and because I like humans in space. And just like, and don't forget Plasma Gunner Bob, yeah, who I used once at a tournament and every single time hit with his overcharged plasma rifle, never died, and killed a rhino on his own. Plasma Gunner Bob is my favourite.
Don't chase that dragon though, Rob.
That's true.
That's probably never going to happen again.
That's also true. But
you'll lead yourself down a dark path.
It's also
and
true.
You might not never come back.
Also true. my major problem with Astra Militarum, though, is that they don't have any good shooting. That in the first turn, I can like reach out,
kill a unit,
and kill a unit,
get first blood, first strike. Sorry.
Have you noticed that they've decreased the cost of tank commanders?
I do, but I'm going to say something now, and everyone's going to the voice of 1,000 people who own them. Lehman Russes look so shit.
Yes.
That I'm never taking one. It looks like a teeny tiny model tank, like not a real tank.
You need to ask yourself what you want from life.
Not that tiny, teeny tank.
So your priority is making an army.
I feel emasculated if I ran that tank. I'd be like, everyone would be like, "Hello, this is my like Ravager," and then someone else would be like, "This is my like." Anyway, Have
you thought about converting a tank, Rob, that looks more to your
tastes?
Yeah, but then the Lehman Russes are on a certain base size, I imagine.
The tanks don't have bases.
That's a joke. It's a joke. The Plague Burst looks awesome, says Arkian. I agree with that. So, yeah, that's my issue. They don't have any long-range shooting, realistically. Astra Militarum, not anything that's good.
Can you run some cool-looking Traitor Guard, Rob?
What are you saying to me?
So take something that looks like a Lehman Russ, but more chaosy, to make it look less shit.
No, there isn't anything, I don't think. Like, I kind of like the
Make it happen.
Artemis passing Hellhounds, yeah, because they look really cool, but they're quite expensive. Death Strikes look really cool, but they're actually really, 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 really bad.
They've got a points decrease and they're still shit.
So that's my problem with Astra Militarum. Unless you guys in the Twitch chat or you guys can come up with something to change my mind.
So you don't want to run Astra Militarum because they look shit or are shit?
No, it's just like I'm happy with the Bullgrins part of it. I'm happy with infantry squads, cool. I'm happy with Bullgrins, cool. And then I'm like, right, okay, while the Bullgrins are being fat and running up the field, yeah, and the infantry squads are holding objectives and just being like, please don't shoot me, yeah. I want someone to do some shooting over the top of them, and there's no one who's got.
Have you considered Imperial Soup?
Well, shall I move on to my next subject?
What an excellent tangent.
It tastes like winning.
Apparently.
Okay, right. So that's my issue with Astra Militarum currently. Yeah, right. And they also don't have anyway. Right. So next up is Mechanicum, which, as you know, is my favourite faction in 40k.
Then play it.
And 30k. Huh?
Then why don't you play it?
Because they suck.
Right.
They might not suck anymore.
Well, okay. Well, I don't think they do because, as we all know, my favourite things, the chicken walkers with the stickers, yeah, they've got cheaper. So I kind of want to run them. But then they don't have any, like, all the infantry squads are quite expensive. And then you can only take a max as a 10. And then they don't have any transports apart from the drill. But the drill's not really a transport. It's more of just a really good combat unit that you don't really use to transport anything.
The Skitarii Rangers are only 35 points to 5.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not saying that they're not cheap, but they are 35 points of do fuck all.
Yeah.
So.
They stand on objectives in that.
What?
They stand on objectives in that.
No, they don't. Not for beyond 4 seconds.
Then the
Anyone
guardsmen
points any gun at them and they're dead.
Then the guard infantry squads live.
Yeah. What are you suggesting to me? I just
You get 2 turns of standing on things. Yes. There you go.
I just put loads of toughness 3, 5-up save models on a board and do nothing with them.
Yes.
Okay. All right. How do you do, the Bomb Monkey Cheese? I enjoyed, by the way, everyone ripping me in the chat while you guys are doing this. So this is fun.
What are they ripping you for?
Just like Nikos plays Necrons and they suck. Nikos doesn't play Necrons for ages since the book came out. Basically,
Since the Necrons sucked.
Yeah. Don't be fooled by him. You tell him. You admit the truth.
What, that I've been playing them for ages?
No, that since the book came out, you were like, fuck this, I'll play a better army.
Well, so when obviously the index came out, I played him for a bit, and then I was like, fuck this, I'll play another army, wait for the codex. And then the codex came out, I played him for a bit.
Wait a minute.
Fuck this,
I'll
wait for the next codex.
When did I play you with my Tau? I'm trying to work out how quickly you dropped the Necrons.
I was playing kind of both. I was playing Chaos Marines and Necrons at the time.
When was that?
I don't know. That was like in.
That was GT prep
Yeah.
for the first GT heat. If anyone knows when the first GT heat was,
Beginning of the year.
not this year, the year before.
I don't know.
Then it was before that. Yeah.
So a while is my point. Yeah. So that's my issue with the Astra Militarum. So anyway, the AMEC. So the units I like is obviously the chicken walkers with the sticks, and they got cheaper,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
And I'm super into that, and I could use them. That's great.
Yeah.
Now they can't redeploy those, so there's another turn of being shot, but they are -2 to hit if I take a Mystic G, so that's really positive. Yeah, all good. But again, don't have any really long-range firepower unless I commit to my big unit of 12 Cataphren destroyers, which is 12 d6 plasma shots, +1 to hit, re-rolling 1s to hit, +1 to wound, and an extra damage. So it's just like, but it's I go first. I roll 12 d6 plasma shots and murder something. Doesn't even kill a knight, by the way, in a single go. So hashtag sad face for a 600 point unit.
Are we 600 points still?
For 12 of them.
I thought it was cheaper now.
No, there's still a little bit.
Just double check.
There's 200 bits, by the way, from Dude Our Day for the reanimation fund.
How many points are the guns?
Quite expensive.
Okay. Because for
12
models,
the
it's
Phosphor Blaster
180 points.
the Culvern is 27 points, and the Phosphor Blaster is another 6 points.
Oh yeah, that's where all the points go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then other units that they have, Rustalker's a bit lame. The Priests are rubbish. I hate the big ugly robots, like the Johnny the Lost in Space robots.
So you're saying you want an army that looks really cool and plays really well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Do you want?
This is, by the way, this is like every kid who walks into a Games Workshop store.
Hey Rob,
so.
have you seen this codex?
By the way, Tom, you're only allowed to mention Eldar 5 times.
I didn't mention Eldar, I said this
you
codex.
held the crap will, Eldar.
I said this codex.
Right, Nikos ruling.
Right.
Is that okay?
What 5?
Does that count against his 5?
I was referencing them, but I
I
didn't
didn't
up, so
Okay.
I'd say that counts.
I would say
Four left.
And then
I demand a second vote.
Honor Jejune Callers are rubbish.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Priests are rubbish.
So what we're saying is you're not playing AdMech because they're shit.
I love AdMech, but
Unless
they're
you're
garbage.
sweeping it up and have a small detachment with the chicken walkers.
Unless they bring, Dude Our Day says 100 bits, Yanari.
That's not Yanari, mate.
And Arcan says Death Guard are clearly the only option here. So yeah, and if they put in any of the models from Forge World, there's so many models, they'd have to accidentally make one data slate that's okay.
They did. It was called the Super Chicken, and they nerfed it.
But the destroyers could genuinely be a competitive choice because
Yeah, they could.
600 points with the new Vigilus formations. You can for a command point you can give them all a 5-up invulnerable save. So that's toughness 5 up invulnerable save with a 3 wounds each.
They sound like big mech guns.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. But like a little bit more
a
expensive.
unit that you can nuke.
Pardon me?
But they're one big unit.
Yeah, they're one big
And they're
unit
more
that you can
expensive
do.
per model.
Yes, and they are more expensive per model. So, yeah. So, talking about orcs. Yeah.
There you go.
So, just a little bit sad that the entire Astra Militarum range basically is chicken walkers or bust. I mean, it's cool.
The Chicken Walkers got buffed as well.
Yeah. But it's pretty. So anyway, my orcs. The issue with my orcs is they're too good.
Okay.
Where's the middle ground here? When is an army good enough for you? Right, so can you quantify this? When is an army good enough for you? As in 3 and 2 at an event?
No, just an army that's not like so. The AdMech list effectively relies on me rolling the first turn, and then it just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. right? And also because it's such a huge point sink in a single unit, I'm not really doing anything other than just like Death Starring a unit. So it's a bit. I want something that I have to actually play. Yeah, don't say Eldar because you don't have to play them.
Lies.
So easy.
Only when you play with mech. It's not true.
Right,
Have you ever played a shit Eldar player?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there it is then.
Right, anyway, so my mech list, which Tom took to the heats, having never played with them before, won 4 games. How incredibly easy is that list to win with?
I would have won the 5th game if it hadn't been seized on, I think, as well.
But doesn't the list basically play itself?
And I won a tournament with it the weekend before as well.
That's my point. It would have nothing to do. Like, I would have nothing. I'd just be like, hello, I've painted up.
So take orcs, just don't take that list. Take something that's a little
Well, that's the problem. There's nothing else left in the Orc Codex that's any good.
Tank busters.
Why would you not take boys?
They're still good.
Doesn't matter. Why would you not take boys?
Right. That's not what you asserted. You asserted that there's
Also,
nothing else
tank
left.
busters look ugly.
That's fine. Right, okay. Looters.
Look ugly. Also, why would you not take mech guns?
Because you don't want to take the optimal choice. You want to take something that's good.
I'm so confused by this.
Well, just take a few ones. Instead of taking 11, I don't know, take 4.
I messaged John, keen Orc player, and I was like, John,
John, can I use your list, please?
I love the big mech. From Forge World, the
Mecha Dread.
The Mecha Dread. I'm like, and then he's like, why would you take that? And the Mecha Dread is 5 mech guns or 20 or 30 Orc boys.
Right.
Yeah. And for a model that is just gonna get 1 turned off the board.
Here's what you're gonna do. You know about do you like Warbikers?
I don't. Yes.
Do you like Storm Boys?
No.
Okay, don't take Storm Boys.
Because they look ugly.
Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take that Forge World War Boss on a bike that looks awesome. A big mech on a bike.
Yeah.
You're going to take a pain boy on a bike, and you're going to take as many bikers as you can.
Instead of boys?
Instead of boys.
Okay.
And you're going to take that big army,
you're
going to stick it in the middle of the board, and you're going to run at people and scream at them.
It doesn't sound very clever.
And then you're going to take 3 Wazbomb blaster jets to give them all custom forces to run around the board and beam lots of characters into space.
Okay, so I know that army is really shit.
No, you're going to make it good with your mad skills.
Because that's the problem. 40k is on such a knife edge, of like skill versus army list ability. It's just like there's nothing you can do when you get one-shotted. Right. When you put your models down and then your opponent goes, fuck off.
I'll tell you what.
And you're like, oh.
If I can borrow that army and go 3-2 at an event with it, will you run it?
What, 3 Wazbombs?
No, 3 wins. Yeah, borrow that army.
3 Wazbomb blaster jets.
If I go 3 wins, 2 losses, you're playing my army.
All right, do you want to hear my other options then?
Okay.
But Orcs basically off the table because they're too good. And every time, I wrote another list, right? And it was, instead of 90 boys, it was only 3 units of 10 boys, which I'd put all in trucks. Yeah, which we know that that's a terrible decision.
Trucks are better now.
Is it a good decision?
I don't know. I haven't used trucks.
Look at Nikos. Help me, Nikos. Is that?
Are they shooty orcs or choppy orcs? Are they burners?
Awful decision.
No, they're just all just 3 normal trucks. Yeah, it's just a terrible decision. And then I took a Mechatrack Scrapjet.
I don't know what that is.
Just cause.
What even is it?
It's one of the new bikes. Looks not one of the new cars. One of the new cars. It looks amazing.
It looks incredible.
It looks incredible. Yeah, it sucks. But it's not too bad.
And everything.
And then 2 big mechs. And then I took a little cavalcade of 3 weird boys just stood around. But then I realised afterwards I've taken the 3 weird boys, but then I've actually taken all the boys out, so they don't cast as many. The powers quite.
It's also really nice when you have 3 weird boys to get 3d6 smite stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I tried to make it as bad as possible, and then obviously 18 mech guns. So that sounds pretty bad.
What's on the mech guns?
Huh?
What's on the mech guns?
Just
custom mega cannons or
smasher guns.
So I think basically what I'm saying is G-Money says 10 boys do nothing. What I'm effectively trying to say is I want an army that's got different roles, but there's no different roles in Orcs because you don't have the only combat hammer unit that you have is 30 boys.
Knobs.
They suck.
That's their role.
That's their role, but they're really bad at it.
It's still a role.
Why don't they have
Why
don't they have a big monster? That's just a shooting unit.
They do. It's called a Gorkanaut.
I've got a shooting unit.
Stomper.
You've seen my orc list, right? You saw my orc list on the Discord with the Stompers.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. Do that.
Okay, all right. So basically, what it feels like, everything that I do with orcs is just making
Stomper's
orcs
got
worse.
different roles. It shoots.
It does all the roles by itself.
Stomper does do all the roles.
So it shoots, combat, it's a transport, it can hold an objective.
You won't have any points to put anything in the transport.
Yeah, you would. Well, it's only like 900 points.
Anyway, moving on from orcs that are too good.
Yeah.
Basically, what I mean is, I've already got an orc army, to win tournaments with, and it already is just going to win tournaments. As
Why didn't you go and win some tournaments then?
Yeah.
Huh?
Why didn't you go and win some tournaments?
Because I'm not winning the tournaments. That army is winning tournaments, as you well showed. I think
You have to be able to finish games.
I'd be comfortable in saying that, Tom, more than likely at 40k, you're a much better player than me, and I'm okay with that. And
I've never played you, so I don't know.
I feel safe as a person saying it. I still feel like that list can just wipe armies out.
If you're fast enough, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
without much work.
You're piloting it is just making sure it finishes games.
Yeah, I'm just there.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, hello. It's like, it could be anyone. I could potentially train up someone. I'd be like, hello, this is my
Gorilla.
protege.
Yeah. Random man off the street. Hey, come play some orcs.
Hellstorm Dan says, why don't you stop being gay and play Grey Knights? That's because I wouldn't like to purposefully shout on the internet for possibly an entire
I don't even think Grey Knights are
season
good.
about how much I'm trying really hard with Grey Knights.
I still don't think
Just
Grey Knights
not
are
that
good.
much of a attention seeker. What?
I still don't think Grey Knights are good.
Good.
I don't believe it.
Also, a game between us needs to happen, Tom.
Yeah, let's do it.
Play my
Yeah.
orcs.
I'll do it.
And then finally,
Maybe next Thursday.
oh yeah, we're playing Warhammer all next Thursday, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we could try out all of my lists.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
throw them against each other. The decision a day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then my two last armies,
Yes.
Death Guard.
Yes. Poo
Right?
bomb.
Great choice.
Poo bomb.
Yeah, Poo Bomb. Well, they
Yes.
got loads of options, right? And I put I was like, I'm going to take 20 Plague Marines and 4 units of 5, and then put them inside some Rhinos and some fetid bloat drones,
exactly
and
what
then
I was
have some
thinking.
Death Shroud Terminators,
Oh dear.
and then Typhus, and then a Demon Prince and Nurgle, and just have loads of fun. Oh, and 2 Plague Burst Crawlers, Archean, so you're happy. And then I've just got I've got some shooters, but then it just doesn't sound like a lot of stuff.
It doesn't die either.
Yeah.
Do you have a Charybdis with the plague?
No, that's I haven't done that yet.
No, there's no point in having that list.
But do you think that codex is is there a variety of things in that codex that are good?
I think so.
There's a variety of units in that codex that aren't shit. So they're all right. There's a distinction.
I was looking at a Death Guard list yesterday. I was thinking about you guys have seen my Death Guard Marines, haven't you?
Yeah, they look a lot like your Alpha Legion Marines.
Yeah, they look very similar. They're also very similar to my Salamanders that I've used as well. So I was thinking about running them as Death Guard.
Oh, okay.
It's very similar to you, not like full Death Guard army, but I was like the 4 units of 5 and 2 Rhinos. I think is pretty solid for objective play.
But then I played against Plague Burst Crawlers, and against any minuses to hit, they are just rubbish.
Yeah, but their job never really was to kill stuff. It was just to stand there and not die. Because the toughness 8 vehicles with a 5+ invulnerable save, a bunch of wounds to do a disgustingly resilient roll.
Yeah,
They got an invulnerable save as well.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, they do. That's why I took the fetid bloat drones, because they're not terrible.
So like people used to take 7 of those things.
And then finally, so Death Guard probably is that feel like the option.
Are you intent on playing monofaction?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Honest Wargamer, ask Nikos if he has any good your mum jokes.
Your mum's got plenty of good your mum jokes.
Take that, Hellstorm Dan. And then finally, the last army, and the one that I think I'm straying towards, Primaris Space Marines.
Why?
Well,
Why not?
Number one, I have them.
They're shit.
Well, okay. Can I tell you my
Do it, man.
list?
Do it, bro.
Yeah.
It's a Captain in Gravis armor,
Yeah.
Shit.
a Primaris Librarian,
Alright, I'm just going to shut
Yeah.
up until you finish
Yeah.
now.
a Primaris Lieutenant,
Yeah.
yeah, an Intercessor squad of 10 Marines,
Okay.
2 5-man Intercessor squads,
Okay.
a 5-man Inceptor squad,
Yeah.
2 units of 10 Hellblasters,
Okay.
and that's only 1575 points, so I've still got some room for some more points. Jangle some stuff around, some janglers. And my idea is just always go second, use that I'm in cover, so I've just basically got a ton of wounds with a 2-up save, fire off a ton of Hellblasters, pow, 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 for my long range, some Intercessors, but I don't have anything that goes over and punches some stuff.
Take some Reavers.
I would say take it as Dark Angels, then you can do the weapons from the Dark Age stratagem to get damage 3 on your Hellblasters, and then you could also have a Dark Shroud in the middle of your army. So if you go in second, you're -1 to hit and got your 2-up save. Even more survivable.
Yeah.
Or you take Azrael and get a 4+ invulnerable save as well.
Or that.
Yeah, I know, but then I'm not against any of that. I quite like in the Vigilus you can take a formation so that all your intercessor squads can shoot characters, and I know that's only like 10 shots unless you're in close range, so you probably more likely won't snipe them.
If you had the assault, they've got assault weapons. You can have assault 2 bolters, so you didn't even have to be at short range to do that. So you have double the number of shots. Yeah, so it's quite cool, and I love the idea of just being like lads. But they don't have and I wanted some Terminators to go and punch some stuff. There doesn't seem to be an army that shoots some stuff and punch some stuff, apart from Orcs, and they're too good at it. Do you want a cake and to eat the whole thing?
I want a cake. I want to eat it. I also want all of the models to look cool while I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, which is how I imagine everyone who's ever had to paint an Archon feels. They're like, oh, this little fucking dickhead. He's got 2 vulnerable saves, so I'm going to paint him. That's not an issue.
Just use Vizark twice. That's a cool model.
And also, everyone has now finally seen, and we can reveal our big Thursday night reveal: Tom's new Christmas hair.
Oh, I forgot to take this off. Yeah. I'm cold, man. I can't believe everyone noticed.
All right, so what is the people's votes? Yours two's vote and everyone in the Twitch chat's vote.
Death Guard.
It's unanimous.
Wow, so far 2, and then rest of the says the Vizark, and then a Vizark with a head swap. That's what he says. What about hang out for Black Legion? Nah, Abaddon's a failure. Why would I throw my lot in on his 14th failure? Or 13th out one was actually a success.
Yeah, 13th one. Yeah.
He's on a roll.
Yeah.
He's going for it.
Yeah. The Templar says I vote Tom's new hair. LV says Death Guard. Death Watch says John. Shut up, John. I haven't got any Death Watch, Death Guard.
You could do Primaris Death Watch.
I'm getting to play some Death Watch tomorrow, see what actually they do.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, that's really good.
Also, Honest Wargame, Tom needs... Ooh, Tom, are you allowed to grow one of these? Can you grow a moustache?
No, because if I do, I won't be allowed back into my workplace.
Okay. Alandro says Primaris. Bomb Monkey sees Calgar the upgraded. Calgar just is not even allowed in... So I understand that. So I've been reading some of the narrative for Vigilus. So Calgar is allowed inside a repulsor tank. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not able to get into any planes to fly anywhere. So he's currently on Vigilus, and I've got no idea how he's going to get off Vigilus.
How do you even get to Vigilus?
Well, drop pod.
Yeah, you can't put him in a drop pod.
Great question.
No, a reverse drop pod.
Teleporter.
They just fired him straight into the earth. Boom. His legs shattered as he hit the ground.
Yeah.
Bang.
Reforge me, father. So Primaris and Punchy Dread, says Matt. I could take a Punchy Dread in the Primaris list. Is there a Punchy Dread?
There's a Furiosa Dreadnought with a blood talent. Woo!
You could take Leviathan Dreadnought.
They're not
Twin
punchy,
Siege Claw.
Yeah. No.
They've got melter guns as well.
The bosses come and hang out with us smelly dudes and play a bit of...
Why don't you take Salamanders, because you like Salamanders, and then take Braille Ashmantle?
He's too good.
He's not!
But I could, you're right, because then all of those squads could get rerolls, right?
Yeah, also his toughness 9.
Okay.
And you like Salamanders.
I do like Salamanders because they're good guys and they listen to hip hop.
Good.
That's a joke. Okay. So thanks for helping me. I don't know. I just hope there's some people at home who are listening who are just like, do you know what? I have struggles picking which army to play as well.
We've noticed.
And we could all go through the process. Not me.
He lies.
This is fine. It's just like these. These are Thunderstrike. This is
what even is that?
That's a Thunderstrike. A lightning Thunderstrike fighter.
You don't even know what it's called. You have to.
I have 3.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You're maximising the rule of 3.
Yeah.
When you have 3 of every unit in the game, you'll never need to buy a model again.
What faction is that even from?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
The plane.
What's that from?
What plane for?
Oh, you can just use. You could use it in any army, but Astra Militarum.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's rubbish.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I've got loads of really great. I've got really great models that suck. I have a Supremacy suit up there.
Yeah.
Painted it up really nice.
You see, when you play some factions, you've got really great models that are always good at some point.
Are you avoiding saying the word Eldar by saying
I never mentioned Eldar. Oh dear.
I think he
Does that
inferred
count?
Eldar. I think he inferred Eldar.
I think he inferred Eldar, so that's one against the 5. You've only got 4 left, Tom. All right, thanks for helping. Thanks for helping me. Thanks for helping me, because I just don't know.
I think Death Guard. I mean, you should try Death Guard out.
Yeah?
You better paint your Charybdis and actually do the 20-man poo bomb.
I'm going to try my Death Guard out.
All right, fine. Let's do it together. But then I've got to paint it up. That's fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, but if it's Death Guard, you just spray it with all sorts of weird...
No, I want to do armies really nice now. I suppose also I should have mentioned, actually, I only want to play this army now from the beginning of January for 6 months while I hobby up my actual army.
Yeah.
So I probably will end up just playing the Orcs, because if I go to a tournament, it'll just be like...
I'm a fun, nice person.
I'll be like, have you ever seen this many Met guns? And they'll go, no. And I'll go, welcome to the show.
This is my WASBomb. I'm a narrative player.
His name's Jerry.
That's what I was doing. It's like, now, have you seen a WASBomb before? No, I haven't, good sir. Can you please tell me what your WASBomb does? Well, just so you know, because I'm not a competitive player, I'm just here for a nice time. This WASBomb is very useless, but all it's going to do is try and fly around and beam your character into space.
What it does...
Don't look into the fact that I'm 4-0. Please, watch my WASBomb.
I'm an Orc guy, and then they go, well, the WASBomb must be the key to his victory, not the other units which he spammed the maximum number of times.
Not the 18 Met guns.
So big questions is, what did Tom Curtis there? Papine says, I've got to go to work, but I have a narrative question for the end of the show that I'll listen to later. Just read Beast Arises.
Is that a porno?
No, have you never read Beast Rises? It's amazing.
What is it?
Okay. Just read Beast Rises, and there's a Black Templar Dreadnought that can deflect psychic blows from a weird boy. Have the Black Templar harness psychic energy unwillingly. Thank you for and good night, Merry Christmas. I read that.
You could also stick in just Black Templar Scouts or a Black Templar unit into your Primaris Marines detachment, and they'll set up all the psychic powers for you.
But you wouldn't get the chapter tactic.
No, you wouldn't, but the chapter tactics for Marines are guff anyway.
How dare you?
Salamander's great.
Yeah.
When I start running my new Salamanders Primaris Marines, which by the way are just silver and black, I followed Nikos's.
Also, painting green is hard.
Shut up, Nikos! Shut up! You use the same Marines. You're like,
not sure I agree with that, Rob.
These are now cultists. These are now scouts.
This is when your units are whatever you want them to be. You don't have to worry about anything.
No.
It's
just get a base and put a tube on it. And just say it's just whatever it is, like a chip. Just get some chips.
And then you fill it with cushion.
just a base with a thing on.
Get a bunch of crystals from Pound World on the internet and blue tap them together. Whenever you want.
Do you know what? I think I might just let you guys in. I might just do a tweet and just let everyone decide for me.
Do a poll.
Yeah, do a poll. But yeah,
we're just going to give you the worst army.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll just let someone decide. I'll just whoever we'll do a thing.
If you let the public decide, you'll get Boat him at Boatface. That's what you'll get.
To be fair, when I was painting on Tuesday, everyone just decided what colours my model was going to be, and now he looks like a fucking bumblebee. Yeah. He's over there, Tom. He's a giant. He's on that side.
Hold up. Oh, right. Hold up. Let me just grab this.
Yeah.
1 sec. There you go.
It looks like a bloody bumblebee.
Very hazard lights. Woo woo woo.
Just danger.
Danger.
High voltage.
There he is. Bumblebee theme.
Extra thick.
Maybe that's how I can paint my entire army. Bumblebee theme. Anyway, should we get on with some actual stuff?
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know about my troubles. Because I had no one else to talk
made you feel
about.
better?
Sad.
Yeah, thanks. I thought about messaging you.
That'll be $600, please.
This is just too many. Oh, you worked for the Knights of the Gaming Table as well.
Oh, yes. Yikes.
In 2019, we will be having bikini-clad ladies.
We'll be having bikini-clad Tom and Nikos.
I'm getting a boob job in the new year.
Yes.
Primaris, but primary face.
I'm having a cock reduction, so it's not as obvious as...
Wow, Tom. Wow. That's like slapping God in the face. Right. So, should we do the chapter-proof points? Yeah?
Sure.
I am ready.
Okay, so everyone listening at home, everyone in the Twitch chat, Tom has been furiously doing the research on the chapter.
As has Nikos. I'm not taking all the credit.
As has Nikos. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And you have as well. We're very prepared.
I have actually read the Vigilus formations.
Oh, I didn't. So that's helpful.
That's my job. Yeah, we can do them first if you like, before the points, while you panic do your homework in front of the screen.
I don't have a book.
Yeah, let's do the formations.
Oh my god, so you fucking
Nikos has done both of it. Like.
All right, so does everyone want to know about the Vigilus formations?
Yeah.
Also, so
that's for both chapter
This is important. Narratively, why is Vigilus important in the 40k story?
Is it?
Yeah, why?
It's the upcoming campaign, right? It's important because they've got models they want to release, so they've written
no, Nikos!
some narrative to release them in.
You probably don't believe in Santa.
I do.
And Santa's right here.
Yeah, Rob's going to break into your house. And
Why have you decapitated Santa and got his head?
Because he was being a shit. And he plays Dark Eldar.
So he comes into your house and rather than leaving your present,
Alan, I've been hammering the points into Quartermaster. Oh, okay. By the way, how good is Battlescribe? Also, Quartermaster, I'm assuming, is also great. But
Quartermaster is not as good as Battlescribe.
Okay, but then how good is Battlescribe?
Really, really good.
Really good.
Really.
What do you think, Tom?
Really, really good.
Battlescribe's all right.
What do you use?
I use Open Office Writer and a book.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I use Battlescribe when I'm just like randomly like working it out, but because sometimes they give you more expensive weapon options without you noticing. Like on the Archon.
Yeah. So some people in the chat have been saying what they think Vigilus is. Aretta Stanley says that Vigilus is one of those new narrow bands of not Chaos Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get to this in a minute. I'll do some film analogies, so Tom, we're going to lose you here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Hannah says it's important because Games Workshop told us it was. Usually useful. Nika says Vigilus equals 40k end times. 40k AOS 2019 confirmed.
Didn't we have 40k end times with the Gathering Storm?
Now, clever. So if we're to do some sort of like smart reasoning, we did see the start of a large narrative campaign before the new edition of Warhammer 40,000 8th edition.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like the start of a large narrative campaign before...
Maybe.
Hashtag pray for big FAQ. We're ready.
So before who knows?
Yes.
But I think it's fair to make assumptions. If we look at the beginning of this year, Age of Sigmar, they did a large narrative campaign before the launch of...
A big FAQ?
AOS 2. So I feel like it's leading towards a big narrative campaign for the launch of new 40k. But maybe that's not true. 2 years seems quite soon.
8.1 like...
No, not 8.1, 9.
Okay, not like Windows 8.
No, but that would be quite soon, I feel. But
yeah,
when I was
this game was only just settling down.
Yeah, but when I was there, they did say that they were going to do 2 year cycles. So so that was something that I know from when I was there. I was in a meeting where they said that, so that would put them on course for.
Who knows?
Yeah. So, but why it's important is it's a supply point of 2 points in the Sixatrix Maledictum that's safe to travel to. Yeah. So basically. You know how there's the big rift in space, Tom? The Chaos Rift?
Yeah.
So there's one place in the dark part of the rift, the evil part. Well, there's 2 places where they can travel through as like a resupply point from the safe part of the Imperium as they travel across the Great Rift, so that's why Vigilus is important. It's one of those. So it's like a staging planet as they try to retake...
Cadia. Oops.
No, that's... You can't retake what's already in your heart.
Sad.
Well, they can't call sisters still aren't out yet, says Alpha Divine.
I've got the top picks from that over here. Cool. Sorry.
It's the first new way Games Workshop does things now. Next campaign it will be Imperial Nihilus. It allows them to release models and rules without having to update the codex, says Matt Lloyd. So he thinks that it might now just be like a campaign system like the Horus Heresy.
Ooh.
Which would be cool if that's true. Anyway, right. So I just thought I'd let you guys know what it was. Like big staging area. And everyone's fighting over it. The Eldar are there.
It's like Dark Crusade.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be...
on the planet Vigilus.
On planet Vigilus. Right, so detachments or not formations.
Not formations.
Not formations.
Are they called formations?
No, they're called detachments.
They're called detachments.
Specialist detachments.
Hashtag not formations.
Hashtag not formations.
They're totally formations though.
Hashtag not formations.
Okay. Such bullshit.
They're not formations.
The only reason they didn't call them formations because everyone was so triggered by formations last time.
Hashtag not formations, Tom.
I know, that's the only... Never mind.
Right, so the first hashtag... So basically what you do is you make a detachment like you would make a detachment in 40k now. Yeah. Right, and then you can spend some command points and then you make them a specialist hashtag not formation.
Specialist formate... Oopsie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually quite like these. Just going to say it.
Okay.
Just going to say it.
Are there any formations just for normal Marines?
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, that's why I quite like it. Also, they've got the data sheets for the rubbish blue dude.
You mean minus Calgar 3.7.2.
Calgar! It's like that. Calgar!
Pluto Sicarius.
Anyway, so specialist detachments, hashtag not formations.
Hashtag not formations.
So the first one, would you like to say the first one?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Indomitus Crusaders.
Yep.
By putting us on the end.
So you spend 1 CP, to turn make Indominus Crusaders. Use a strategy when choosing your army. Pick a Space Marine detachment from your army. To be an Indomitus.
Space Marine. Like what can you do? Can you do Death Watch?
No, it has to be a Space Marine detachment, not a Death Watch.
Because
but then it can't be an Ultramarine. But it can't be an Ultramarine detachment. Then there you go.
No,
hold on, it can.
Yeah,
it can.
Yeah.
That's
are they Space Marines? I thought they were Adeptus Astartes. Where's the Space Marine?
They're Space Marines, yeah.
That's a really good point. You've actually really
fucked it.
Also, wouldn't they be Primaris Marines? You've befuddled me.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's a Space Marine detachment?
While we're on rules questions,
I had a Space Marine Codex.
Is it a Space Marine Codex?
It does. It's Adeptus Astartes
Codex.
Oh my god. My world is turned upside
down. So
down.
actually, no one can use these.
You can't. Speaking of things that are banned, you know that mission in Chapter Approved? Just on a weird little tangent. Yeah. You know that objective where only troops can score? That completely screws any form of Knight army, right? Mm-hmm. Right. So you can't score with Knights in those.
No. Alendro wants to point out, you spend CP to unlock new options, but nothing is free. It's important to note you spend the CP during the list build. Is what all of the people who got advanced copies of the book said. Yeah.
Who was this? Sorry.
Everyone. Every review I saw. Yeah. And I think what I'd like to point out is that we weren't sent the script to say. Yeah. So what I'll say is this: I already built an army which gives me free CP. What I want to spend that on, be that stratagem, be that Space Marine detachments. Yeah. It's a free resource I already gain as part of building my army. Mm-hmm. So it is free because in order to build an army, I get a resource for free, and therefore I choose to either use stratagems for the resource, or I do this for the resource. So I feel that they're free.
Yeah. So it's the cost is the opportunity cost. So you either spend that command point on a stratagem or the
there's the cost. Yeah. There's an opportunity cost. Yeah. Some people said sorry. It requires really skillful resource management. Well, they're very much like it takes the skillful resource management to go, I'm going to spend 3 command points on this and then 2 command points on this, and you're dead now.
Yeah. And I charge 66 inches across the board.
Using what?
Wow, great one, Nikos. Solid, we've got him. Merry Christmas. Anyway, so it requires you to have, ignoring the Space Marine bit, the Indomitus Crusade Special Detachment requires Primaris Captains, Primaris Lieutenants, Primaris Ancients, Intercessor Squads, and Inceptor Squads in the detachment gain the Indomitus keyword. So you could build...
So non-Marines don't get anything?
No, so if you were to... Well, not in this particular one. Okay. So if you were to be building... So if you built a Salamander list, let's say, any units that had those keywords in... So if I had some tactical squads, they wouldn't get this bonus. But if I also had some... Even if I only included 1 Intercessor Squad, they would, for 1 CP, they could become... Indomitus Crusaders, which is cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
Because it's Latin?
Well, I think so. I like it.
Ish.
I like it. Right, okay, anyway. Right, so then you get special stuff from it.
It's Latin like the dude from a lower low is French.
Huh?
It's Latin like the dude from a lower low is French. Pretty bad.
Anyway, you get a Warlord trait, Grave Shield. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Once per battle at the start of your movement phase, if the Warlord is on the battlefield, you can choose for Indomitus Crusade units in detachment as your Warlord to gain an additional chapter tactic until the start of your next turn. Pick the additional chapter tactic from the following: Codex Discipline, Lightning Assault, Siege Masters, Righteous Zeal, Master Artisans, Shadow Masters, and the Flesh is Weak. So once per battle, you can be like...
Revenue Guard now, lol.
Yeah, so like turn 1, you can be like, Master one to hit. Like, also, 2 CP, I got 2+ save. Fuck you guys.
Really?
Yeah. But once per battle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't like that, or you love it?
That's pretty good.
I like it.
Does that cost you anything then?
Huh?
That doesn't cost you anything. That's a stratagem.
That's a Warlord trait.
That's a Warlord trait.
Warlord trait.
Yeah.
But, so the Warlord trait is you get one thing once per battle.
Yeah.
And then after that, you don't get anything for the Warlord trait. Okay.
Tom, what do you think?
It's fine. I struggle to kind of see these things because it's in the context of Primaris Marines. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. Well, I actually think that's quite
the army
good.
that you talked about earlier, that'd be good. Because I said,
I wrote that after reading this.
You'd have the Death Shroud in there to give you the -1. But that would be forever, but you wouldn't need to have that if you took that.
Yes.
You wouldn't need a Death Shroud.
Is it true that Chaos Lord Spear guy can't use his spear in close combat? Oh, fuck. Let me go read back.
Oh, that could be so funny if you can't.
Why can't he use his Hell Spear? 12-inch range. It doesn't have a melee option. Correct. Cannot use his spear in close combat.
Wow. Not until they release the errata or FAQ. They'll add it in then.
Anyway.
It's not like them to mess things off documents like that when they release them, is it?
No, they're usually like just
on point.
Perfect every time.
So we've just had... that's good. We've just had a show favourite, Tom, the website guy, has sent me a picture saying that Space Marine units or an Adeptus Astartes unit that has one of the following. He's just sent me the codex for Adeptus Astartes. He's clearly listening. What a babe.
Okay, so Space Marine unit. So that's
Space Marine units. So they are in the Adeptus Astartes. So yeah, don't worry, they've saved it.
So it can't be Deathwatch though.
No. So relic, you get the relic of the Indomitus Crusade, the reliquary of Gathalamor.
Indomitus Crusaders, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Enemy psychers must subtract 1 from psychic tests made within 18 inches of the bearer. In addition, if the psychic power is not successfully manifested, on roll a d6 on a 4+, the psyker that attempted the manifest psychic power suffers d3 mortal wounds.
That's right.
That's really cool because you run him around with a Calexis Assassin, so then everyone's -2. And then because it's just naturally to do with that anyway, 4+ d3 mortal wounds. So I love that.
Running around with 3 Calexis Assassins because you need 3 assassins anyway.
Yeah.
What might be good going up against that?
Weird boys.
Okay.
Stop it, you.
Fishing for something else.
Yeah. Yeah. You do. By the way, in order to get the Warlord trait, you also have to spend a command point.
Do you have to spend a command point just to get
that Warlord trait?
Yeah.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. Right, and then you get access to these stratagems.
Okay.
And I like these. Yeah, because number 1, Liberators, 1 command point.
Ooh.
Yeah, use your stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Pick an Indomitable. A Crusader unit from your army until the start of your next turn. Each time you roll an unmodified roll of a 6 for an attack made with this model, it 2 hits the target instead of 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Daka, except with hits rather than attacks.
Definitely.
Yeah, but imagine this on like
Reavers. Can you
not on Reavers. No. Yeah, but imagine this on Intercessor squads with their Boltstorm guns.
Yeah, isn't that in combat?
No, it's
the Liberators thing is combat, wasn't it?
No, was it?
I thought it was combat.
Did I say combat?
I must have missed it.
You just strap at the start of the fight phase. Do you know what?
Phase.
Fuck this.
Yeah, 2 attacks.
Okay, so that's shit. Fuck that one.
Attacks.
Fuck that
maybe
off.
3 extra hits.
Next one, Veteran Intercessors. Spend 1 command point. Use stratagem before the battle begins. Pick a Crusader unit, a Crusader Intercessor unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that unit gains the Veteran keyword for the duration of the battle. In addition, add 1 to the attacks and leadership characteristic for that unit for the duration of the battle. So 1 CP.
So that those 2 stratagems combined makes it slightly better, because then if you've got a unit of 10, that's what, 30 attacks. Yeah, so you get a few extra hits there.
Mm-hmm.
Give your Warlord the Chapter Master, and then you're rerolling all the hits. So that'd be, what, 20 hits?
Or even it'd be Guilliman.
Yeah.
Although Guilliman has his own set trait, doesn't he? So.
But the next one's cool. Target sighted. Use this stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Pick a veteran intercessor squad. So the one you just spent a command point. Yeah. Until the end of your at the end of the phase, Stalker bolt rifles. The models in that unit are armed with gain the following ability. This weapon can target a character, even if it's not the closest enemy unit. If you roll a wound roll of a 6+ for this weapon, it inflicts a mortal wound in addition to its normal damage.
Is that how many CP?
1 CP. But you have to do it on the squad that you spent a command point upgrading to veterans.
Total, it's 3 CP. So 1.
No, 2 CP.
So you'd have,
and then 3 because you got.
So I could play around that by just killing the unit that has that used on it, right? So when do you use the first CP thing?
Yeah.
Well,
So you spend 1 to make the detachment,
and is that the
Crusaders. Right, you spend another 1 to make them a veteran intercessor squad, and then you spend a third 1 in that particular shooting phase to target a character.
And the Stalker bolt rifles, they're the long range one with AP1, I think. But they're only 1 shots. You're never going to be able to rapid fire those, I don't think, because they're heavy. They're heavy 1 Stalkers.
Anyway, I kind of liked it. Next up, for 1 command point, Bolt Storm. Use this stratagem, again, pick a veteran intercessor squad. Yeah, from
a
the
lot
army.
of these go around the veteran intercessors, don't they?
Yeah, until the end of the phase, auto bolt rifles, the models in that unit are armed with, gain the following ability. When this weapon targets an enemy unit within half range, it automatically hits its target.
Can I just make a quick point on this? So the veteran intercessor stratagem, you can use it on multiple units, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just give them all that, and then you can't pick out 1 unit, and now the other stratagems are useless to you.
Yeah, but are the other stratagems even useful, is the question.
How dare you?
However, auto hitting within half range, if you have a squad of 10, that would be 20 auto hits.
Yeah, that's good.
In rapid fire range.
Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah.
Oh, well, when you combo it with the next one.
Yeah, rapid fire.
Spicy.
Use your stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Pick a veteran intercessor squad from your unit from your army until the end of the phase. Bolt rifles, the models in the unit are armed with, change their type to rapid fire too. So they become like infantry squads.
Is there a difference between auto bolt rifles and bolt rifles?
Yeah.
So you can't use combo over 2?
No.
Oh, that's sad. I was going to say it'd be 40 extra hits.
No.
That's sad.
They're still cool. Because there's still Space Marines, they still hit on 3s, and they're going to have a dude, so they're re-rolling 1s.
But when you could start stacking that, I started to get funny. It's 40 automatic hits on a character.
Yeah.
Bang.
But anyway, I think it's fairly nice, and it makes intercessors not quite as shit.
Particularly as the auto hit, if there's like any modifiers, like the minuses.
I mean,
you can spend 1 CP at the start of the game to make a detachment Crusaders as well, and then decide the other stuff if you happen to come up against something. Like it would be quite cool doing it against orcs. So you're just like, I've got some extra anti-infantry here.
Yeah, I don't know how much it saves against orcs. It depends on the build, I guess. But it's more options.
It doesn't make them much better.
No, it doesn't make them any worse. So it's just more options,
which is cool.
Yeah,
but overall, not particularly overpowered. So okay,
definitely not overpowered.
Woohoo! What do you think? I liked it.
It's not overpowered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, you ready for the next one?
Yeah. We've got a book now.
Oh, you guys can do this one if you want to.
No, it's fine. We can do if you want. So this is the Ultramarines Victrix Guard detachment. So Victrix Guard is 1 CP, and it works on Captains, Ancients, Honor Guard, Victrix Honor Guard, Vanguard Veteran Squads, Stern Guard Veteran Squads, and they all gain the Victrix Guard keyword.
I know.
There you go. Yeah.
I agree with Greg.
There you go. So, if a Victrix Guard Captain is your Warlord, I don't know what that is, what you end up getting is a Warlord trait called Warden of Ultramar.
No, it's one you can buy for an additional CP.
Where does it say that,
though? Earlier on.
Oh, okay.
Earlier on in how you build them.
That's crap. So once per battle in the fight phase, you can reroll wounds for attacks made by friendly Victrix Guard units within 6 inches. So that's alright.
That's okay.
It's not too bad at all.
Yeah.
So then you've got the stratagems, so you've got 2 here.
But only 2.
You've only got 2. So this one is called Fight Like Demigods, and it's 1 CP. So you use this stratagem at the start of your fight phase, pick a Victrix Guard unit from within your army within 6 inches of a friendly Victrix Guard captain, and add 1 to the hit rolls for attacks made by that unit until the end of the phase. It's 1 CP.
Yeah, and then for 3 CP...
And for 3 CP, you've got Strike First for Ultramar. So you use this stratagem at the end of your opponent's fight phase, which seems like charge phase, and pick a Victrix Guard unit from your army that was charged this phase, or that performed a heroic intervention. And that unit can immediately pile in as fight as if it were a fight phase, and doing so does not prevent them from being picked to fight in the fight phase of that turn, so you can fight once and you can fight again later. That's alright.
That's okay.
I'm still trying to work out what a Victrix Guard captain is.
Oh, it's just a captain with this keyword. He's in this formation.
Yeah, but it's got a name. It's a specific name. It's not about the keyword.
So the Honor Guard.
Everyone gets a Victrix Guard keyword.
Yeah, but what are Victrix Honor Guard?
They're the new models released with Calgar.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So because Victrix Guard, Honor Guard need to gain the Victrix Guard keyword. So, yeah. Okay, we can look at those later.
So just to clarify, you can take the Warlord traits in special detachment on your Warlord, or you pay CP to get a different character that also has a Warlord trait. So you have 2 Warlord traits.
Oh, that's cool. Right, so it's not like you're replacing Gulliman's one with something else.
No.
Okay, that's good.
So you can have that once per battle one, Nikos, as well as Gulliman.
Boo, and then you can get the CP back. Watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you've got 2 relics that you can take on Victrix Guard characters. I hate saying Victrix. So you've got the Soldier's Blade, which is a, all blades are Soldier's Blades, but never mind.
That's not true.
Kitchen Blade.
Kitchen Blade.
Kitchen Blade.
Yeah.
Right,
so kitchen Soldier.
Ninja's Blade.
Ninja's Blade.
Soldiers
aren't soldiers.
Samurai.
Lies.
Samurai are not soldiers. They're servants.
Jedi.
Technically,
what is a Jedi?
Technically, a mercenary army is a servant as well.
I guess so.
Yeah,
It's words,
can
right?
be not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
So the Kitchen Blade replaces a power sword or a mastercrafted power sword, and it is a strength +1 melee weapon with AP -4 because kitchen knife OP and damage 2.
Okay.
All right, fine. And then you've got the Standard of Macragh Inviolate. Yes, and it's for an ancient only, and you add +1 to the leadership characteristic of friendly Ultramarines units that are within 12 inches of the bearer. Great. And add 1 to the attacks characteristics of friendly Victrix Guard units while they're within 6 inches. So if you're 12 inches away, you can only just see the banner, you're squinting at it.
Yeah.
You get that leadership buff that you really don't need. And then if you are close enough so you can see the detail, you realise that it's meant to give you extra attacks. So you hit again.
Well, you're more inspired.
You're more inspired because you can see the excellent artwork.
Normally, this is what I do. I punch someone in the head, then I punch him in the head again, and then I look around me, and if I see a flag of the country of my birth, I go,
damn,
you will get one more punch in the head.
For old Blighty.
One for the Queen.
And then you've got a lot of yellow Marines, including some Ironclads. There you go, look at this beauty. There he is.
What a hero.
What a hero. Alright, what's the next one? You want to do this one, Nikos? Right. Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Speaking of yellow Marines.
The Imperial Fists Siegebreaker Cohort.
Dawn lives.
Siegebreaker Cohort.
Cohort. Ready.
So, for 1 CP, you can turn your Imperial Fist detachment into a formation.
But specifically, they'll only...
Captains.
Yep.
Centurions.
Cool choice.
Dreadnoughts, lol.
Vindicators. And Siegebreaker, well, they get the Siegebreaker Cohort keyword.
Ooh.
So you get some stratagems
with
this. For 1 CP,
Wait, can I ask you a question on this?
Demolition.
Aren't Imperial Fists meant to be defenders of walls, not breakers of them?
They are.
So...
Well, yeah, but then surely, imagine you're on a wall, and then someone near you builds a wall in front of you.
Yeah, what if they walk up to you behind a big wall on wheels? Like you know those cricket pavilion things that are used to block out the sun so you don't blind the batsman.
Exactly.
They're just walking around these big wheelie.
Yeah.
We need a vindicator. We need a vindicator for this. Get rid of it.
But they are. Well, so LLV and Master Kapowski saying they do both, but as far as I understand,
thought it was what was it? Iron Warriors.
If you're good at
Iron Warriors destroy walls.
Yeah.
If you're good at defending a wall, you're going to be good at attacking a wall, right?
Well, it depends. It depends on what.
You don't have a goalie and a striker. They're not both. You're not like, oh, you're a great goalie.
Now
go up front for a bit.
Goalkeeper gets sent off.
Some good free kicks and penalties.
Roberto Carlos can bend one in, mate. There
you go. Okay. All right. Fine.
So, do you want to hear about their
Mr. Kapowski says
structural demolition?
The Iron Warriors, by the way, also do both, but worse.
So use this stratagem after a building has been destroyed by an attack made by a siege breaker.
So that's
unit
useless
from your
already.
army.
That's useless already.
Roll 2d6 instead of 1 for each model that disembarks from the building.
I love the
Each
design
roll of a
team.
1.
The design team are great. They're like this. They're like,
This sounds cool.
they're like, Dave, you always keep putting that building in the way. I wish I had a way of destroying it.
I wonder who's good at destroying buildings. No, not Iron Warriors. No, not Iron Warriors. Imperial Fists.
And Iron Warriors.
No, Iron Warriors do the sieging. Imperial Fists do the defending.
The chat are furious at you, Tom.
The chat don't know their narrative.
Wow. Okay.
Come at me,
quotes.
chat.
Wow.
Chat.
Come at me,
Chat.
chat.
I
Come at
require
me,
you
dickhead.
to hunt quotes to either be proven wrong or right, because currently Tom disagrees with you. Iron Warriors break walls. Yellow fellas stand on walls.
Yellow fellas do stand on walls. And don't find me like some kind of quote of an Imperial Fist on a battle barge saying, "See, he's not on a wall." I'm not having that.
John says Tom, mate. Miss Kapowski says screw you, Tom. Tristan Gray says bold Thomas. LV says Tom is wrong. And then Unicorn John says no, you are wrong. And then explain the iron cage. John says that's too black and white. And
The
then
iron
Miss
cage is
Kapowski
what
says that I
they're
am furious.
Yeah, they went into the iron cage and they got ruthlessly killed.
Okay, there we go.
Really good at defending, attacking those walls, guys. Good job, mate.
Right, narrative all the way. But sorry, you can blow up a building.
You can blow up a building.
You can blow up buildings.
Okay,
Blow
so
up a
can we
building
move?
for
Can we
one
move
capacity.
on?
Well,
'Cause
you blow the building up, and then the stratagem allows you to kill people inside it better.
Just slightly
Okay.
better. So you roll 2d6 rather than 1 for
2d6
each model
instead of 1
inside.
for each model.
So if you've got 40 models inside a building, good luck to not finishing a game.
Yeah.
I mean, that will be useful for the narrative campaign that I'm running.
And if anyone had any buildings,
Yeah.
just don't go in them.
My big problem is I really wanted to go to the LGT, but I can guarantee there'll be no buildings there for me to play or blow up.
Which means you can shoot with your bolters.
I'll be like, does it have a stratagem that allows me to blow up
Shooty
a
way.
shoe?
Well, actually, to be honest, like people might bring their own fortifications because they know they can place them on the table.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's still fine, like. I thought
Yeah. When there's a strategy that allows me to blow up small pieces of upholstery put on a tabletop, let me know.
it's in your nan's house. Need some more curtains?
Anyway, seismic devastation, is that one?
Seismic devastation is 1 command point, and you use this stratagem to start the shooting or fight phase, and pick a siegebreaker cohort unit from your army. Each time you make a wound roll of a 6+ for an attack made by that unit that targets a vehicle or a building or a shoe.
Or a shoe. Or a
Shoe,
upholstery.
keyword shoe.
The attack inflicts a mortal wound in addition.
Also, can I ask a question? Is a building a ruin?
No,
No.
Okay, good.
it's already dead.
So it says
They have-
it's a dead building.
It's a dead building.
They have a warlord trait,
Yeah.
which is indomitable. And if your warlord did not move in the movement phase, friendly Imperial Fist infantry
I bet he does.
within 6 automatically pass morale tests.
What the hell?
Even if
It's
they're
better
not
than the
wholly-
other one.
and they receive the benefit of cover.
What?
Even
That-
if they are
that
not wholly
picture-
within the terrain feature.
That picture's fucking cool as shit, though, isn't it?
Wait, sorry.
Yellow
one second,
Marines
can I
are
add this?
such good looking.
Can I have a look at? Can I have a look at this, mate?
You can look at nothing, Tom.
Units within 6 inches automatically get the bonus of cover from a warlord trait and auto pass morale. So you have a brick of 2+ Marines just wandering around the battlefield doing
yeah.
just pissing on your chips.
Or 1+ if they've got the,
Actual, if
the
they've got,
Centurion armor on.
or if they're in first turn.
Oh,
they've
because
already
that's
got it.
cover.
Yeah, they already got
You
it,
can't
yeah.
stack cover with cover.
You can't extra cover.
You can only get in so many
This
holes.
isn't Lord of the Rings.
You can't get into a foxhole and then dig another foxhole under that foxhole. Doesn't work.
It's foxhole stacking, nesting.
So
And
overall,
they also have an item where you basically turn a character into a lieutenant. You reroll 1s to wound within 6.
it's not bad because then it means you don't have to like bother taking.
Yeah, so
lieutenant.
it means you take
Yeah.
a warlord, or you give this warlord trait, then you give that warlord the relic that gives you your lieutenant.
Eye of Hypnoth.
Hypnoth!
Don't forget, Tom, the warlord trait for Indomitable,
Yeah.
as Mr. Kapowski points out, he can't move in order to give the buff.
Oh, that's
So you won't be wandering around. You'll be
That's sad.
Standing still.
Yeah.
very much like
Unless
people
the
who
other-
don't break
The other
sieges.
Marines can carry him.
What?
Could the other Marines carry him around?
What, on like a...
I haven't moved.
Put him on a
They've moved
stretcher.
me.
on a Pope-mobile
Put him on a stretcher.
with his little... Has the chat found a quote yet, by the way?
No, but LLV's is waxing lyrical and is particularly upset about the fall of Petarabo, which is fine. And is talking about how the sadness there is Petarabo was like Leonardo da Vinci. He just wanted to build things, but he could also break things. Also, Leonardo da Vinci was gay, which is cool. The Emperor was a jerk and made him waste his talent to just break things, which he turned to chaos.
What, Petarabo?
Huh?
Petarabo, what? Who's a jerk?
The Emperor.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's true, right?
Probably.
Yeah, it was definitely true. It's definitely true. He was generally a jerk. Most days.
There's so much crap in this book.
No, that's not. No, it's actually quite a cool book, man.
There's a lot in it.
There's no
It's
salamander
annoying.
formation.
Huh?
There's no salamander formation.
I know, but there is a Crimson Fist one. I'll do that next.
There you go. Yeah.
The Crimson Fist Liberator Strike Force.
Ooh.
I also, by the way, can we write? I'm going to do a show where we just get one of them, the bingo ball machines.
We should have done that for the draw.
And we're just going to write loads of like Liberator, Strike, Hammer.
Oh, right, and random name generator.
And we'll random name generate some squads.
Crimson Liberator Strike.
Is there anyone in the chat or you two that doesn't, and if you listen to the podcast or watch on YouTube or anything, is there anyone that doesn't think that the Emperor was a tool?
Doesn't think he was a tool?
Yeah, like the Emperor was generally a dick. Does anyone think he was like, yeah, the Emperor really knew what he was about?
That's why he still gets people to feed him psychers every day.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
I think he's great.
What, do you honestly like him?
Yeah, he made Horus, didn't he? And then Horus...
Yeah, fuck stuff up.
Yeah.
So you said the Emperor is responsible for chaos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I like him.
He is. But did he know that he was?
Don't
in
matter.
some sort of long plan.
It's a long con.
Yeah. John says he's misunderstood. Dan says he's a tool. Dan also says he's Marmite. Mr. Kapowski says he's a douche. And then Matt Lloyd correctly points out that Alexis Pollux is the greatest Imperial Fist.
Alexis
Pollux.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like a... Never mind.
Okay, right. So, the Crimson Fist Liberator Strike Force. You need to have Primaris characters, Intercessor squads, Reaver squads, Hellblaster squads.
You need to have the Warhammer 40,000 starter set.
Reaver squads.
And Reaver squad.
Hellblaster squads, and then they get the Liberator Strike Force keyword. The Warlord trait that you can get is Expert Instructor, which is reroll hit rolls of 1 for friendly Liberator Strike Force units within 9 inches of your Warlord, so a 3-inch extended range. Because normally it would be on a captain who would allow you to.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you not put that on?
I mean, you can put it on like.
You put it on like a librarian or a chaplain or something like that, so you're not just wasting a reroll ones.
Stratagems, though, you get Heroes of Rin's World. Use the stratagem at the start of your shooting phase, pick a Liberator Strike Force from the army until the end of that phase. Each time you roll a modified hit roll of a 6 for an attack made by the unit's ranged weapons, that attack inflicts 2 hits instead of 1. That'd be super cool on a unit like 10 Hellblasters.
Yeah.
You just be like, pew, 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 pew. Yeah? Alright. And then that's only 1 CP as well. And then Paragons of Dawn. Use a stratagem at the end of the enemy shooting phase. Pick a Liberator Strike Force unit from your army that was targeted by 1 or more attacks this phase. That unit can immediately shoot as if it were your shooting phase.
What the hell?
Eh? That sounds like Soulburst to me.
Use the stratagem at the end of an enemy shooting phase. Pick a Liberator Strike Force unit from your army that was targeted by 1 or more attacks this phase. That unit can immediately shoot as if it was your shoot phase. It's pretty good.
So that's basically just if you're going to get charged, just use that.
Yeah. And also, if you're fighting against someone with that, if you're going to shoot a unit, shoot the entire unit. Like, don't just just do a wound to that 10-man Intercessor squad.
Yeah. I mean, that Paragons of Dawn is literally that gotcha moment, isn't it? Like you just go, I've got a grenade, I'll throw it at that unit of 10 Hellblasters, cheeky grenade, okay.
Fire a couple of pistols into it. Yeah, fire a couple of pistols into it.
Yeah, and then you just go, by the way, Paragons of Dawn.
You've provoked me now.
So yeah, that's cool. And then you also get the Vengeful Arbiter relic.
Have you done a Warlord trait? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The Vengeful
9
Arbiter,
inches is good.
which is a pistol. Which is pistol 2, strength 5 -1, 2 damage. Each time an attack made with this weapon hits, you can immediately make 1 more additional hit roll against the target using the same weapon. These bonus hit rolls can themselves generate further hits. So effectively on a captain, that would be basically pistol 4. Realistically.
Yeah.
Strength 5 -1, 2 damage, 12-inch range. Probably rubbish. Probably a better relic you can find out of all the relics.
Don't fire it at Liberator Strike Force units.
Correct. Next up, though, arguably the coolest army in the world, Black Templars.
Boy, do you want to do this one?
They are really serious about how much they love the Emperor.
All right.
They love him loads, do they?
Loads.
Loads and money.
They love him loads.
All right. So you can get this detachment on High Marshal Helbrecht, the Emperor's champion, captains, company champions, and company veterans, and they can gain the Sword Brethren keyword. So Warlord trait is Master Swordsman. And you
would hope that a Space Marine captain is already a Master Swordsman.
Yeah.
After thousands of years and thousands of trials.
Well, no, there's all the trials to become a Space Marine, and then there's all the battles to become a Space Marine, like even like a normal tactical Marine. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. And then, so add 1 to your world's attacks characteristic, and every time you roll an unmodified hit of a 6 for an attack made by a Warlord, you hit twice instead of once.
I really like when they started writing the rules for this particular Vigilus book. They were like the hot goss in the office that way. Like, we're doing the Vigilus rules, and someone goes, "Do you remember that cool thing where if you roll a 6 to hit, it does 2 hits?" And everyone's like, "I do remember that."
It's like Legendary Fighter had,
But,
a baby with a Necron.
cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It's like the good old Riot Games free hit passive that they show you on in everywhere. They can't think of anything else to do.
Yeah. What should these guys do? Well, if they roll a hit of a 6, 2 hits.
Should we make it better to roll well?
High Death by Dan.
And you know when things are wounding, maybe on a 6 it does a mortal wound as well.
That sounds like a sniper rifle to me.
Cool.
What's the stratagem?
All right, we've got 2.
Oh.
So the first one is called Uphold the Honor of the Emperor. He has no honor.
He has very little honor.
Yes. So you use this stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Pick a Sword Brethren unit from your army, and until the end of the phase, roll a d6 each time that unit loses a wound. And on a 5+, you don't lose a wound. That's 1 CP. So you get a 5+ DPR for a fight phase on a Sword Brethren unit.
That's alright.
It's alright if you're looking to pick with it, like pick it to fight second. So if your opponent interrupts, you've still got something there.
Yeah.
And then you've got Suffer Not the Unclean to Live, so definitely don't show them the Magic the Gathering tournament. And that's 2 CP, and you use this stratagem at the start of the fight phase. I know LLV's in the chat, so...
Does he play Magic the Gathering?
He used to be quite good, apparently.
Oh, right.
I don't know if he still plays. So, start of the fight phase, pick a Sword Brethren unit from your army, and add 1 attacks to the characteristics of models in that unit for the phase, and you can reroll wounds for attacks made by that unit until the end of the phase.
Okay.
+1 attack and reroll wounds.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
For 2
So the
CP.
swords.
Sword Brethren.
That's not bad.
Yes. And then your relic is the Holy Orb, and you can give it to a Sword Brethren character. And once a battle in your shooting phase, you can choose for the bearer to throw the Holy Orb. Wait, you throw it.
It's the Holy Hand Grenade.
It's the
Holy Hand Grenade. It's the Holy Orb.
Good old Worms reference.
The narrative created by one of the chapter's
It's not
renowned
Worms
artifactors.
reference.
This orb is a grenade.
Do you think the reference for the Holy Hand Grenade is Worms?
Yes.
The game?
Yes.
What the hell, you fucking Philistine? Yeah? You've never seen a Holy Grail? The Holy Grail by Monty Python?
Nah.
What the...
How old do you think I am?
What if I was to say to you that I could carry the Holy Orb via an African-laden swallow, yeah?
Okay.
Many leagues. What would you say?
Cool, mate. What else
Would you not say that it required 2 fully laden
I'd
African
make a joke about
swallows?
something swallowing.
What?
I'd make a joke about something about the swallow.
Oh my god.
I'd use the word swallow somewhere.
Wow, Tom, they are going in on you on
That's
the
fine,
chat.
I don't give a shit.
Exact words are, get out, in all capitals.
Don't
John
care.
said, you bellend.
You'll have to come here and drag me out, mate, you fucking pussies. Come here.
DeVault says, for fuck's sake, I'm done here. And then everyone says, I'm quitting. Which I think is completely
That's
fine.
fair, man.
Yeah.
Should we just shut the whole operation
But
down?
yeah, we're turning this the fuck off.
Shut it down. They're just envious, man. They're just envious.
You should watch that though over Christmas. It's a great Christmas movie.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
John Cleese in.
Yeah.
What if I say to you, I'm going to bite his bloody knees off? What would you think?
Take his kneecaps.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I spend too much time doing 40k, mate. That's why I'm actually good. Unlike for chat.
If you were in a movie, would you ride a horse in a movie, or would you use coconuts and pretend you were riding a horse?
As in, am I doing the sound effects or just?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty certain I recognise that reference from somewhere, but
Yeah. The Holy
They've
Grail.
all been seen film.
so it might be definitely.
Oh yeah, what if I was to say to you that, Tom, in order for you to fulfil the Honest Wargamer Christmas challenge, you must bring me a shrubbery.
One shrubbery.
Can we have some Carry On film references instead?
What have you seen? Carry On films and not Monty Python.
What Carry On films have you seen?
I don't know. I've seen that camp guy who was sometimes on the radio.
This is great. Anyway, first get the. Tis but a flesh wound. Anyway, let's move on. From
That's the good dude with no limbs.
Yes, and he says he's going to bite his bloody. You should watch it. It's great.
And I got the ones with biggest dickers.
Pardon me?
I got the ones with biggest dickers. Because a Swedish man recommended that bit, so he just sent me a YouTube link.
So what does the holy hand grenade of Antioch do?
I don't know. So you lob it at someone. Yes. And if you do, you pick a visible enemy unit.
Hold on. The Templar in the chat, Shadespire Extraordinaire, says, like Tom, I have seen Carry On films, but not the Holy Grail.
Do you want me to read about this fucking grenade or not?
I do. I'm amazed that there are two of you. And I also play Eldar. Oh my god! There's like a stereotype.
Did you just say it?
He said that.
You just said it.
No, he said it.
I mean, you repeated it.
I'm allowed to
say... One count for you.
I'm allowed to say the word Eldar, Tom.
Yeah.
You just said it twice.
You're the only one who's banned to 5.
You said it twice.
That's fine.
Can you tell me more about this excellent book, please?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Anyway.
Fucking hell. I went off that. I went on a wild tangent.
What does this do?
Just mortal wound.
Alright.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So once per battle, in your shooting phase, you can choose for the bearer to throw the holy orb instead of making a normal shooting attack. If you do so, pick a visible enemy unit within 6 inches, so it's got a shit range, and roll a d6 for every 10 models in that unit. For each 2+, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds.
Alright, cool. For every d6 for every 10 models in that unit, for roll of a 2+.
Rounding up.
I mean, that's not pretty.
So if you've got 11 models in the unit, that's 2d6, and for every 2+, that's d3 mortal wounds, so that's 2d3 mortal wounds.
That's quite cool.
Yeah. That's all grenade should work.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Nicholas's turn to not watch a film.
The Raven Wing attack squad. Yeah. Squad. By the way, as you guys can see, there is a Twitter handle in the chat. If you guys want to go to that Twitter and just send many memes related to the Holy Grail, please do.
What's the Twitter handle?
It's to a fella who's the ETC to the stars.
Oh, shit. Hold up. I need to see how badly I'm getting reamed.
No, wait, you can't look until the end of the show.
Right, see how many notifications I can get.
There you go, yeah.
Right. I'm just going to put it here so I'm at least aware of how many buzzings I'm getting.
Right. What? Go on, Nikos.
So, Ravenwing, you make them into an attack squadron. Anything with a Ravenwing keyword, basically.
Clearly ran out of coffee that day to add anything particularly special.
Here's a thing. Oh look, we even gave it the name of a certain other stratagem from a book I'm not allowed to talk about. They didn't even create a new name. They just called
squadron?
it. No, this one. Lightning fast reactions.
Yeah. So that's the Warlord trait.
Yeah, well, hold on, but it's Dark Angels, but it's specifically Ravenwing units, right?
Yeah, Dark Angels, and it's Ravenwing. So, in the fight phase, your Warlord always fights first, basically.
That's quite cool.
Yeah, it's alright.
That's quite cool. It's quite cool if someone charges you and you just like beat them up. I like it.
And then the relic is Monster Slayer of Caliban.
Wait, have you haven't done the stratagems?
Only. I'm building up to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Not to. You do your own
thing.
To
tease everyone, one's called Signal the Attack. But anyway, back to the item. So it's a model with a power sword. And it's range melee, type melee, +2 strength, AP3 and damage D3, but you add 1 to wound rolls if you're attacking a monster or a vehicle.
That damage stat, it's more like a goblin slayer than a monster slayer.
Yeah. You want a flat damage on that, don't you, really?
Yeah. Or at least a
D6. The stratagems. 2 command points is Swift Strike, and you use the stratagem in the fight phase after an attack squadron unit from your army has fought. And they can immediately make a move and advance as if it were a movement phase. If there are enemy units within 1 inches, it can fall back instead. So if you go in, you kill something, you can then move and advance. But if you don't kill it, you can just retreat away from it. So you can hit and run basically. Which I don't know what Ravenwing units are that good. The bikers Ravenwing?
Yeah,
they are, aren't they? So that basically they're good on.
Black Knights.
Black Knights, yeah, they're good. That's good. And then Signal the Attack. Use it on a attack squadron in the shooting phase. So as long as you did 1 wound to a unit, add 1 to hit rolls for other attack squadron units that target the same unit.
Okay.
So it's similar to the Necron Saltec stratagem. So you have to do. So you do a wound to unit. Everyone else gets +1 to hit against it. Not that great. I like the hit and run one though. Swift strike.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Basically, use it with the Black Knights.
Just 2 CP, that's all.
Yeah. There you go. It's alright. It's not great.
Yeah, it's just the guys are saying they can hear some noises, but
What kind of noises?
I don't
Does
know.
it sound like talking?
Just double check my thing.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, all right, good. I'll try and fix. Was that a window noise on Steam? Oh wait. Oh, you guys shouldn't be able to hear that. There it is again. Damn it. All right, okay, I'll try and deal with that. You guys do the next one. I'm going to deal with.
What's
There's
Where's
so
that
many,
coming from?
so
Oh
I'm
my
going to
God,
try and
there's
rattle through all
loads.
these as quickly as I can.
There is loads.
Oh my word. And they're all rules we've seen before. So the first one's called Stalker Pack. It gives the Stalker
This
Pack
is Space
keyword,
Wolves.
Space Wolves, to Battle Leaders, Bloodclaws and Reavers, so Battle Leaders and Bloodclaws. The Warlord trait is Saga of the Savage, so you get +1 attack to your Warlord's attack characteristic if it made a charge this turn. And the deed is enemy models lose at least 5 wounds as a result of attacks made by your Warlord's melee weapons in a single phase. Yeah, so you got to do that, and then I'm not sure what
And
happens.
then everyone else gets that.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, makes sense. Alright, and remember stratagems. So you got Blood Scent for 2 CP, so use a stratagem in a fight phase, pick an enemy unit or monster that has suffered any casualties. So I'm guessing that means you have to kill a monster and it's a unit of monsters. Or has any models in it with less than the starting number of wounds. There we are. So add 1 to the number to wound rolls for attacks made by a Stalker Pack units from your army that target that enemy unit until the end of the phase. So +1 to wound against things that have already been hurt. And the second one is 1 CP, it's called Pack Killers, and use a stratagem after a Stalker Pack unit makes a charge move. When you get to pick another friendly Stalker Pack unit within 12 inches of the unit that's charged until the end of the phase, you can roll 3d6 when making charge moves with this unit and discard the dice with the lowest score. So it's just an extra d6 charge if you...
So one unit has to complete a charge first?
yeah, one unit
And then
completes
you pick
charge, and you
another
pick a unit within 12 inches of that unit that charged, and that unit gets to roll 3d6.
Yeah, so you're more likely to get multiple units in
Yeah,
combat.
exactly. And you're more likely to kill things if you've already hurt it.
Yeah.
And the relic is called Iron Fang of Amagrimgul. Oh, I did that well. So model of a power axe only, and then you swap it out for the axe. And the axe is a melee weapon with +1 strength if you -2 damage d3. So it's similar to the Goblin Slayer axe. And if the wound roll for an attack made by this weapon is an unmodified 6, you do d3 mortal wounds in addition to normal damage.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool, that's alright.
I'm caught up now. I was just trying to. I don't know what.
Well, that's fine.
Don't know what.
There you go, bud.
Is it Space Wolf one?
We just did
We've
the Space
done that
Wolf
one.
We're on
What, is it
cybernetic
rubbish?
cohort.
I think it's alright.
It's fine.
Space Wolf one. It's alright.
It's fine, but I don't think it's anything that's good enough for you to just build an army around.
Okay. The Cybernetic cohort one is really good,
Okay.
in my opinion. So Cybernetic cohort. Oh wait, is it this one?
Yep.
No, hold on. I'm just checking if this is the good one. No, this is not the good one. So you pick units that. So it benefits units that are Tech Priest Dominus, Engine Seers,
Data Smiths.
Data
Custom robots.
Smiths. Yeah. Oh, did you guys hear a bleeping noise? Hopefully not. I think I fixed it. I don't know what it was.
Bleep.
So again, desktop sounds. It shouldn't be. Engine Seers, Cybernetica, Data Smiths, Castellan Robots, and Castellan Robots. So the Castellan Robots unit regain D6 wounds instead of D3 if you once per battle if your Warlord uses their heal mechanic. So just blep. So that's the Warlord trait. Power Surge, use a stratagem at the start of the charge phase, pick a unit of Cybernetic Cohort Castellan Robots from your army within 3 inches. They add 3 to the charge rolls made for that unit of Castellan Robots until the end of the phase. So they get a little bit more. They get a little bit more speed. It's okay if you. And they have got cheaper, as far as I'm aware, the punchy robots, but still not good.
No, not good.
And then stratagem, strafe and run, 1 CP. Use stratagem at the start of your movement phase, pick a unit of Cybernetic Cohort Castellan Robots from your army. That is the Aegeus Protocol in effect. To the end of the phase, treat heavy weapons that unit is armed with as assault weapons for the rules purposes, which is quite good.
Yeah.
That's fairly good.
Basically a +1 to hit, right?
Huh?
It's basically a +1 to hit, but or you can advance.
Yes. Yeah, for 1 CP, which is alright. And then the Doctrina for your server skull. For any cybernetic or Castellan robots can attempt to change their battle protocols at the start of each of your movement phases if they're within 9 inches of the bearer, which is quite useful.
Yeah.
So this is, I want to take loads of them robots, Cybernetica, for 1 CP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is the next one...
The Servitor
take
Maniple.
lots of destroyers.
This one is the one.
Do you want to do this one?
I want
Yeah.
to take lots of destroyers.
1 CP, and it affects Tech Priest Dominus, Engine Seers, Cataphron Breachers, Cataphron Destroyers, they're the good ones, Servitors, and they gain the Servitor Maniple keyword. You get the Master of Biosplicing keyword, which is, Warlord trait. At the end of your movement phase, you can pick a unit of Servitors from your army within 6 inches of your Warlord, and a unit of Cataphron Breachers or a Cataphron Destroyers from your army within 6 inches of Warlord. One model from that unit of Servitors is immediately slain. A model in the unit of Cataphron Breachers or Cataphron Destroyers then regains D3 lost wounds. If there are no wounded models in that unit, and any models in the unit have been slain, you can return 1 slain model to the unit with 1 wound remaining. So
you turn a Servitor into a Destroyer, basically.
Basically, which I think is cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then, like Chaos Swarm saying in the chat, it's good. One makes you want Servitors in your list, and so you can basically turn, like a 4-point model into like a 40-point model.
Didn't they increase the cost of it though?
The Servitors?
Yeah.
Like a little bit, but
yeah.
And that's not once per game, is it?
No. So you can do that every round. Which is quite cool.
Yeah.
So then, but for what the stratagems?
Is this hand? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Stratagems. This gets really cool. Use a stratagem before battle begins. Pick a unit of Servitor Maniple, Cataphron Breachers. That unit has a 5+ invulnerable save.
Or Cataphron Destroyers.
Or Cataphron Destroyers. So yeah, my unit of 12 Cataphron Destroyers now has a 5+ invulnerable save.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's pretty good. And if they're from Styges, they're -1 to hit outside of 12 inches. So -1 to hit, 5+ invulnerable save. They sound a lot like a certain army that Tom can't talk about.
Do you mean 4+ invulnerable save?
Good point. And you have to spend 2 CP for that. So I really like that because I think that's solid. So 5 invulnerable save. But then the Nospheric Mindlock, 1 CP. Pick a unit of Servitor Maniple, Cataphron Breachers or Destroyers within 6 inches of a Servitor Maniple Tech Priest Dominus. Add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by the unit until the end of the phase.
Cool.
But Cataphron Destroyers hit on 4s.
Yeah.
However, you can make it if you spend... So you spend 2 CP, 1 for the Servitor Maniple. Right, well, so let's do it the pro way. We've got a unit of 12 Breachers.
Yes.
Yeah?
Destroyers.
So Destroyers, sorry. We spend 2 CP, so they now are in a Servitor Maniple, they've got 5 invulnerable save.
Okay.
Yeah? They're in Riser. Yeah? And then at the start of our shooting phase, we spend 4 CP.
Okay.
Yeah, that gives them +1 to hit from Nospheric Mindlock, +1 to hit from a stratagem that also gives a unit of 2 Cataphron the robots.
Yeah.
Castellan robots.
Yeah.
+1 to hit. You reroll 1s to hit.
Yep.
From the Dominus. And then they do. You overcharge all of their plasma guns, so it's 12d6 plasma shots,
So it's
hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. They got +1 to wound, and they do 3 damage a pop.
So using 2 CP in the shooting phase.
No, you're using, for that to happen, you're using 3 CP in the shooting phase.
What's a third stratagem?
So it's 2 stratagems from.
Oh, one's worth 2 and one's worth 1.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. 40k all the way. Thanks for subscribing with possibly the greatest name ever. He's 40k all the way. So how cool is that? I mean, it's a CP heavy, but you see what I mean?
It's still good.
It's just a I go first, turn 1.
It's just a weird Death Star thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a crazy. I spend 5 CP, and then it's 12d6 plasma shots that do 3 damage each, with +1 to wound, +2 to hit, and they reroll once, and they're Ryzen.
What's Ryzen? Is it like Nathan's raisin? Is it like Nathan's dried grapes? I don't know.
Raisins. Raisins from South Africa. And then, so that one's actually does potentially make a army which I would nickname 60% of the time I would win every time. Because
why 66? Why 66?
Well, it's just however many, whatever the potential of going first
50%.
is. Yeah.
50% of the time, I win every time.
But that'd be pretty horrific, right?
It depends on the terrain, doesn't it?
I guess so, yeah.
And the mission.
And whether you go first or not.
Yeah, because it could just hide from you.
You can get a Fortress of Redemption in there as well, or an Aquila Strongpoint or whatever.
No, they're not infantry.
Ah, sucks.
No.
They're battle servitors.
Yeah, if I was playing against that, I would just deploy very negatively. And obviously, depending on what I have in my arsenal to deal with that.
Well, that's what's nice about at least the 1 CP to turn that 1 CP to get a 5-up invulnerable save is way better than the 1 CP to make the veteran intercessor squad. So, I personally, if I was playing Mechanicum, I'm more than likely would spend these 2 CP because having survivable unit is like a little bit here or there.
Yeah,
realistically,
that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to do the thing where you... I mean, just the +1 to hit is quite a big deal with the plasma guns. Because obviously, if you do... Because it's re-rolls before modifiers.
Yeah.
So they can never roll a 1 on there when they overcharge.
No, correct, yeah.
Because the 1 becomes a 2. Or backwards. To become 1... Need some love like a... Never mind. I'm Mr. Tumnus.
Need servitors to replace
Cataphrons are infantry. Are you sure? Agmemar, please check and make sure they've got the infantry keyword. I'm not.
Who's got the infantry keyword?
Destroyers.
Cataphron destroyers.
Okay.
Sorry, I got it.
Sure they do.
Anyway, and they also have the Genetic Corpus, which is a special type of axe.
Genetic Corpus.
Yeah. Strength melee. Strength +1, -2, does 2 damage. If the wound roll from an attack made this weapon is an unmodified 6, D3 mortal wounds.
Yay. Definitely didn't see that in the last one.
Yeah.
It may or may not have been in the information. Alright.
Yeah.
Shall we do the Genestealer cut one?
Yes.
It's called Anointed Thong. So we have...
Anointed Thong?
Fine. Anointed Throng. There we go. So,
so hold on. We've got a question in the chat, and I would like to answer this because this is fun. Are you guys planning on planning on a list writing service? Says 40k all the way, because I would love Tom to write me a list for hard cash money.
Okay.
For hard cash money.
For hard cash money. Tom, welcome to. Does 40k all the way? Does Tom require any sort of girls in bikinis to advertise his list writing service? That's the question.
I could just wear one. It's generally fine. No, seriously,
We'll do a photo shoot. We've got the green screen.
Yeah, we've got the green screen. We'll do the photo shoot, and then message him on Twitter.
Just drop me a line on Twitter and I'll...
Yeah. I'm sure he'll probably just...
just do it. Yeah.
40k all the way, I feel like you made a huge mistake as well, because he probably would have just written you a list gratis.
There you go.
It probably will involve a particular army.
You should see my new list. It's going to be great.
Is it?
It's so obnoxious.
Okay, good. Right. Oh wait, because we know what it's going to have. Okay, we'll get to that in a bit. Destroyers, breaches have infantry keyword. Thank you, Chaos Wolf.
Whoop, whoop. Put them in the fortifications.
Yes.
No problem there. So we've only got 10 more of these things to do.
What?
Formations. Sorry, specialist attack.
We probably won't get to the points.
Okay. Right. Fair enough. So,
because it's just a lot.
Oh yeah, there's so much.
It's been a massive release.
They just dumped a bunch of stuff right in front of Christmas.
Yeah, they were just like, here's stuff, and now everyone's excited. It's like, oh, I might buy intercessors because they've got this stratagem. The answer is probably don't. But
you were considering running an intercessor heavy list like an hour ago.
Yeah, I still am. But I'm not.
And yet you're here saying don't buy intercessor.
Well, I wouldn't advise it to other people.
Right.
But I think the models are cool.
Yeah.
And I think I can make it work. I would like to think that I'm at least above the average level of gamer.
Okay.
That's generally where I'm at as a 40k player. Yeah, if I take my orc list, I'm the best 40k player.
No.
Okay.
All right. So these are for Abominants and Aberrants, and they get the Anointed Throng keyword. So you have 2 stratagems here. One is called Devotion Till Death. And so an Anointed Throng Aberrant from your army at the start of your fight phase. Until the end of a phase, when a model from that unit is slain, that model is not removed from the battlefield as normal, but it can instead immediately pile in and fight, even if it has already been chosen to fight that phase.
What?
After its attacks has been resolved, it is then removed from the battlefield. So it gets to fight on death for 2 CP. Not 1 attack, it just gets to fight as normal. And then for 1 CP, you get Fight for the Anointed One. So that is, again, at the start of your fight phase. and you pick an anointed Throng Aberrant unit within 6 inches of an anointed Throng Aberrant. Abominant even. So Abominant is the main character, and the Aberrants are the units.
Yeah.
So you reroll wound rolls of 1 for attacks made against that unit until the... Oh, attacks made by that unit until the end of the fight phase. So just reroll 1s to wound.
What do you think of that?
Good. It's alright.
Well, they got no other way to
I don't
roll ones.
I don't really think you need to increase the hitting power of Genestealer Occult all that much, to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay.
I think there's ways you can do, because if you're charging stuff, generally your aim is to lock it down rather than kill it. I mean, you just hold the board and it's just done so. Yeah, I think it's alright. So, your Warlord trait is Insidious Mind Wyrm.
Mind Wyrm?
Wyrm.
Do you know what a Wyrm is?
No.
It's like a small type of dragon.
Yeah. Oh.
Like a drake.
Oh. Fair enough. So you add 1 to charge.
Oh, never mind.
No,
Carry on.
You add 1 to charge rolls for your Warlord and friendly anointed Throng units that are within 6 inches of your Warlord when the roll is made.
Okay.
That's alright.
So you jump out outside of 9 inches.
Yep.
You roll for an 8-inch charge. It's alright. Not bad. And then Sacred Relics of the Cult, you have the Blessed Sledgehammer. Settle down, you. Is that a ha 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 ha?
But please continue.
Yeah, fine. I've listened to enough people flame on online games to know what the typing means.
Well, 40k all the way says, yeah, Tom, in a witch thong, as in witch, like...
Which witch?
Witches as in witches.
Not Wyrm.
From 40k. Wouldn't mind being sharp netted by that, says 40k all the way. Then Archean says, John will draw it, Tom's new avatar. Then Dude says, hashtag most streamlined 40k ever, 8th edition. And then Archean says, a dragon without wings, talking about Drake. John finally answers with, I'm not drawing a Weibo head tie of Tom.
Please do. I will use that as my Twitter profile. My granddad follows it.
This is great. I love doing this show. It's so fun. 40k's fun. Weeboos are fun. Do you know what Weebo is, Nikos?
Weeaboo.
Isn't it someone who wants to be
Japanese who isn't Japanese?
Or is it like super into anime or something?
They are usually super into anime. Yeah. Tom, what's a non-offensive way of saying what weeboos are?
Neckbeards.
No, that's not.
No, just weeaboos. Like,
LOV, don't Google it. No one go and Google weeboo hentai.
No, just weeaboo is fine.
Just don't do that. Yes, no red pill here.
Weeaboo is the people who want to be Japanese who aren't Japanese, so they learn all their Japanese off Rosetta Stone and via anime, and yeah,
like they're the sort of people that if you watch an anime dubbed and not subbed, they would try to strangle you with some udon.
I keep having
noodles.
I keep having to try and watch it dubbed so I can actually paint.
Yeah, I always watch it dubbed.
Yeah,
because English is a great language. I also don't understand Japanese.
Yeah, they usually have dakimakuras as well.
Yeah, what?
Dakimakuras.
DeVos put Christ. You're a bit late with that warning. They're like the tentacles. There's so much tentacles. Also, Tau players are also all weeboos.
Yeah, and Ari mains.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Nikos, Google it later. This would be such a great culture.
Google dakimakura.
No, this is such a good cultural exchange. Tom is learning about
English culture.
English culture. Anyway, please continue. What's the Blessed Sledgehammer do?
The Blessed Sledgehammer, excellent name. So it's for an Abominant only, and it replaces its regular power sledgehammer with a Blessed Sledgehammer, which is a melee weapon with ×2 strength, AP -4 damage d6, standard. But the damage rolls of 1 or 2 made with this weapon count as 3 instead. So it's like a secondary stop sign.
A secondary stop sign?
I don't know what the stop sign is called as a weapon, but in the second interview you'll know. I was talking about a stop sign.
Okay.
That did flat 3 damage.
A throwback reference for something.
For a forwards reference.
For a forward reference.
Yeah.
The best. Okay.
Yeah. So.
A Blessed Sledgehammer.
Blessed Sledgehammer. Yeah. So
I like the idea of that. They don't often. You don't often. Thor's hammer. That's a blessed hammer, isn't it?
It's not really a sledgehammer though, is it? It's like a tiny little.
It's a forging hammer.
Yeah, but it's not a sledge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
All right. And the Genestealer cults get some even more love, so they get a second one.
What's it called?
Deliverance Brood Surge.
Yeah.
Do Chaos have any?
No. But when Chaos come in 80 days, or less than 80 days now, according to rumour site, is it Brexit?
That's coming about 80 days into it.
Yeah, that rumour site that people go on, I can't remember what it's called,
NAFCA.
Spiky Bits.
Oh no, ooh.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, Chaos, a new Chaos army is launching in 80 days.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. Alright.
But then Games Workshop have done a teaser trailer where they've said that Chaos is coming to Vigilus in 80 days.
Fulgrim!
That's not Fulgrim.
Oh. I want Fulgrim!
Is it going to be... No, I don't think so.
It's going to be just dressed in a witch
look at the Blackstone Fortress. It's just going to be the bloody unaligned Chaos Marines.
Sorry.
You're muting it.
Maybe.
Okay. But go on, Tomo. Tell us what this one does.
So, Deliverance Brood Surge. So, 1 TP, and it works on Acolyte Icon Wards, which are the fellows with the banners that give you a 6+ feel no pain. Neophyte Hybrids, which are the guardsmen effectively. Acolyte Hybrids, which are slightly more mutated guardsmen, but charge things with big claws. And the Goliath Trucks, which are the
Rubbish.
Yeah.
I had 4 of them. It took so long to bloody build.
What's the long cars called again?
Limos.
Yeah.
Limousines.
Yeah, that's it. Space limos.
Yeah. They don't have any space limos though now, do they?
No, not
They've
anymore.
just got the rock grinder and the
Goliath Trucks, which are like crappy.
Yeah, they just die
Toroks.
so easy.
Yeah, they're like Toroks, but with no guns. Alright, so the Warlord trait is given to a Deliverance Brood Surge character. Then they get the Augur of the Insurgent. So you get to reroll advance and charge rolls for friendly Deliverance Brood Surge units if they are within 6 inches of Warlord when the roll is made. So that is mathematically better than the other one that's +1.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. You then have stratagems. So the first one is called the First to Draw Blood. So you use this stratagem at the start of your fight phase, and you pick a Deliverance Brood Surge unit from your army that made a charge this turn, and you add 1 to the wind rolls for attacks made by that unit until the end of the phase.
That's actually really good.
That is alright.
Plus 1 to
wound is always good with Genestealer because your base strength is around 4. So that's going to be 3s or 2s most of the time. Because when you're that lower level, most of the time the thresholds are quite few and far between.
I think +1 to wound's massive. I really like it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And now, are you ready for something that's going to make the Goliath truck great?
Please do.
Yes. So it's called Reckless Maneuver.
According to Alpha Alandril, this is Genestealer Cult's Tokyo Drift.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're listing lazily to the left.
Yeah.
So, units embark. So, user start at the end of the movement phase. Pick a Deliverance Brood Surge Goliath truck unit from your army. So, end of movement phase, pick a truck. Deliverance Brood Surge units embarked within that Goliath truck can immediately disembark if they did not embark within it this turn. If any is due, roll a d6 for each model disembarking. For each one, a model that disembarked, your choice is slain, and models that disembark in this manner must be set up more than 9 inches from any enemy models and cannot move that phase. So, you move your transport before disembarking, rather than disembarking before you move your transport.
Yeah.
It's alright.
That's quite good.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
Especially you've got a shoot eater, oh, never mind.
Yeah, if you've got oh no.
Don't have any of those.
The sacred relics of the cult, the vial of the grandsire's blood.
Oh dear, that sounds...
Yeah, add 1 to the leadership characteristic of friendly Genestealer Cult units within 6 inches of the bearer. In addition, once per battle at the start of the fight phase, you can pick a Genestealer Cult infantry model from your army within 3 inches of the bearer. Add 2 to that model's attacks and strength characteristics until the end of the phase.
You can give it to... You can take a Deliverance Brood Surge, and you can take an Anointed Throng. You give an Abominant the Blessed Sledgehammer, and then you use the Vial of the Grandsire's Blood, because you pay for an extra relic, to give the Blessed Sledgehammer guy an extra couple of attacks and strength points. So he goes in and he just goes bang, and he slaps.
So the Genestealer Cult Slam Captain.
Slam Captain.
Oh my god, this is great.
No, it's probably not.
No, it's not. It's not.
Can't fly.
But it's
oh boy, are you ready to talk about the stratagem I've actually played with?
What, the Reckless Maneuver?
No.
Okay, so that's the end of that. So what do you guys think of the Genestealer Cult one? Nicholas,
I just dropped
any
The second one I thought was a bit...
the second one.
That was way worse than the first one.
That's wrong. The next one I will read all about, and then we will move on.
Right, I have played with this.
You've played with this. All right, Tom. You're allowed to. You're off the Eldar ban for this detachment. He's going to put his Weeboot hat on.
Weeboot? You're the ones who came on this show with massive Santa and reindeer hats, dressed up as furries. I've got a hat on, and that's unacceptable. Fuck out of here. All right, so Wind Rider hosts. Shut up, you. I'm talking. So this gives Wind Rider hosts to the Autarch Skyrunners, Farseer Skyrunners, Warlock Skyrunner Conclaves, Wind Riders, and Vipers, and they get a Wind Rider host keyword. So here's the Warlord trait. It's not great, but here it is. So it's called Wild Rider. Your Warlord and any friendly Wind Rider host units within 6 inches of your Warlord can charge even if they fell back. Now I don't know which of Warlock Skyrunners, Warlock Skyrunner Conclaves, Wind Riders, Vipers, and Farseers you're going to be charging with. Or Autarchs, don't matter, because you actually need these things. But yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
All right. And then you've got the stratagems.
I've played against my friend Paul quite a lot. He uses lots of Vipers and things like that. And
I actually think Vipers are quite good now.
Just to charge into something to stop it shooting.
Yeah, Vipers have actually got a points decrease as well, which is nice. You've then got the two stratagems that are both quite expensive. So the cheaper one is called Nimble Escape for 2 CP. So you use this stratagem in the fight phase after a Wind Rider host unit from your army has fought. That unit can immediately make a move and advance as if it were your movement phase. And that's quite good for being tricky, because if someone charges multiple units and they fight with a different unit first, not a Wind Rider host unit, you can use a stratagem to fight with a Wind Rider host unit. So 2 CP to interrupt, use 2 CP to fight with this unit, and then jump over. So it's 4 CP to basically get a unit of Wind Riders out of being charged. So this one you use after you fought. So 2 CP to interrupt, fight, 2 CP to jump out. And you can advance as part of that move as well. So that's a 22-inch move. So that's alright. But the big one you're looking for is called Tempest of Blades. So that's 3 CP, and you use this stratagem at the start of your shooting phase, and you pick a Wind Rider host Farseer Skyrunner unit from your army. And you improve the armor penetration characteristic of shooting attacks made by friendly Wind Rider host units within 6 inches of the unit picked, so within 6 inches of the Farseer, by 1 until the end of the phase. So AP -1, AP -2 becomes AP -2, AP -3, right? So I tried this, and I had an Autarch on a bike, and a Farseer on a bike, and then 3 units of 9 scatter bikes. So that's bikes with scatter lasers on.
Classic.
So that's 108 shots, a strength 6, rerolling once to hit, AP -1. And that's actually quite good. The problem is when you're coming up against things that are like 3 up save to 4 up save and vehicles. So when you have massed wounds, it doesn't really matter too much, especially when they've got negative to hit modifiers. So I was firing against flyers, and I was doing it in the mission that makes you -1 to hit if you're outside of 18 inches.
Yeah.
So I was now hitting on 5s, and it wasn't great. The thing that I found with this is, although it looks great, and I think I would use it, the problem is the costs of it are quite high, because if you're going to use it efficiently, you need to be spending about 650 points on the scatter laser bike units, right? Then you're spending on an Autarch and a Farseer, and you're also taking them as Sime Hand, because Sime Hand's really good. So what Sime Hand allows you to do is it allows you to move and fire heavy weapons without penalty if you're on a bike. So you can move all these scatter lasers around, you're hitting on 3s normally, rerolling 1s, and then you've got AP -1. And then you've got Doom on the target potentially as well with your Farseer, Guide on another unit, which is actually okay. Strength 6.
So strength 6 with Doom on.
Yeah. So 3s to wound, re-rolling, and that AP -1.
And even against the knight, it's 5s re-rolling.
Right, okay. But even then, it's just like, so long as you can hit, you're generally fine, right? The problem I had with it was you've got to spend 1 CP to unlock this. You've got to spend 3 CP to use this stratagem once. So it's already 4 CP you're using just to get 1 turn of this, right? You've also spent a lot of points into this. So now it's like, okay, well now I need the to generate the CP in my list from somewhere, right? Because you've got 3 CP to start with, 1 CP for using a spearhead detachment, so you've already burned all your CP to start with, so you need more CP to keep generating it. Okay, now I need things like battalions. So you've got about 1,000 more points if you're playing as 2K. Or you've got 750 if playing at 1750 after you've included all the cycles and all these bikes and what have you. So now you're probably going to try and put in a Drakari battalion, because having access to the Agents of X stratagem is really, really good. Or you're going to try and put in a related stratagem battalion. Okay, you've now got 5 extra CP, which means you can do this for another turn, but you've spent about 200, 300 points potentially. And by that point, you're running out of points to put extra stuff in the list, and you're only getting 1 or 2 more turns depending on how many battalions or extra detachments you put in. So you can put in 1 battalion from Drakari and then 1, say, spearhead detachment, and that get you 6 extra CP, so you can do this for 2 more turns. But then you're not using any other stratagems, or you put 2 more in so you can use this for 1 more turn and then you go for another one. But by the time that you're doing that and you're gearing your list around being able to get this off quite a few times, you're not really building in terms of actually extra damage output. And Wind Riders are okay for durability. They've got 2 wounds each. They can move around quite quickly. Their range is good.
I really enjoy how much we've not let you talk about O&R for the whole show, and now
it's all coming out.
You're like, oh my god.
The problem is they've also got a 4+ armor save. So they are quite easy to remove.
Who do? The bikers?
The bikers, yeah.
It sounds a
Welcome
little bit
to
of
the
a
normal
boring
world,
list,
Tom.
Yeah.
Because you're basically just going, my army's built to do this one thing, and I'm just going to do it every turn until you're dead or I'm
But like we talked about earlier, because G Money in the chat says like CPs are free, but they're not. They're opportunity cost, aren't they? Like
You need to purchase certain detachments to unlock the CPs.
Yeah, and what you're saying actually though is like effectively like anyone who has like basically a one trick, yeah, that you're like, I don't have enough CP to this one trick, and this one trick isn't as strong as some other army's one trick.
Yeah. So in order for you to do this trick well, you have to really build around it, and I'm not entirely sure it works quite well.
Worth building.
Yeah, exactly. If this specialist detachment, worked on Shining Spears, now we're talking. Because now you've got the ability to not even use the Tempestive Blades most of the time. You're going to be using things like Nimble Escape, potentially, or you're going to be using things more often, like the Warlord trait Wild Rider, that allows you to just pull Shining Spears out and just charge again, so you can get the Strength 6 again. But you don't, so I'm not sure. You've also got the Remnant of Glory, so the Relic, so it's called the Howling Sky Sword of
It's quite nice for standing off though, as a stratagem. Like 3 CP is a lot though.
Yeah, it is, and so that's why you have to build around it. And if anyone can actually still reach out at you after you've done it and kill your bikes, now it's suddenly you're in trouble because you've not built to have any kind of.
And you could do Fire and Fade.
You can do Fire and Fade,
but
that's
then you
another
add
command
more
point, isn't
CP
it?
on. Yeah,
it's another command point.
Yeah.
I recently found out that's only 1 command point.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
The Howling Sky Sword.
So you're holding that codex, but have you ever read it?
Have you ever read that codex?
That doesn't matter. I've got all my rules wrong in other people's favour.
Oh god! But anyway,
I don't use Fire and Fade. I just kill them. That's fine.
Written upon your tombstone. Just killed them until they killed me.
They didn't kill me. They just died. It's fine. So it's Howling Sky Sword of Galaleth. It's a melee weapon. It's strength user, but it always wounds on 2s and it's flat damage free. So it's a witch blade with damage free rather than damage D3. That is all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nikos, do you mind if I read the next one?
Wraith Host.
Please do.
Please don't let him talk
Wraith
about
Host.
Elmar some more.
It's the Wraith Host.
Ooh, Wraith Host.
Wraith Host. It's 1 CP, obviously, as always. Spirit Seers, Wraith Constructs in that attachment.
So that is Wraith Blades, Wraith Guard, Wraith Knights, Wraith Lords.
Wraith Knights. Then you've got Revered by the Dead. You can reroll charge rolls for friendly Wraith Host, Wraith Constructs while they're within 6 inches of your Warlord. So reroll charges is pretty cool. Yeah. Get them in. Then you've got Wrath of the Dead. Use your stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Pick a Wraith Host, Wraith Construct. Add 1 to the attacks characteristic of that model in the unit until the end of the phase. Can you do Stompy Feet with a Wraith Knight?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So it would have.
It has 4 attacks normally,
So
up to 5. So it'd be up to even triple, so it'd be 15. Or if you have an avatar nearby, you'd have 6, so it'd be 18.
Wow.
Oh, Nelly!
Oh, wow. So
Let's
you can
go
just
double check the
literally
avatar
stomp
does that.
across your enemy. So that's 1 CP for Wrath of the Dead. And then the Spirit Shield, use a stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Pick a Wraith Host, Wraith Construct unit from your army that's within 6 inches of friendly Wraith Host Spirit Seer until the start of your next turn. That unit gains a 4+ invulnerable save, but the Spirit Seer loses the 4+ invulnerable save granted by its rune
That's
armor.
generally fine though, because if the Spirit Seer is stuck behind a unit of like Wraith, whatever,
Can't be hurt
just,
anyway.
yeah, it's just you're expanding your shield, really. So
I do quite like that. It's pretty cool. Like,
yeah.
Give someone else. It's quite good for, quite appropriate for Christmas. This stratagem as well.
Yeah.
What, the Spirit Seal?
Like,
Spirit Shield?
Have a present.
Yeah, present.
Oh no, the avatar
Defensive
doesn't,
present.
the avatar doesn't
one
give
of
out
them.
extra attacks. It gives out reroll charges already.
What invulnerable save do like Wraith Knights have anyway? 5 up.
So they don't actually have one.
Oh.
But there's 3 layouts. So you can give it Twin Wraith Cannon, Heavy Wraith Cannon,
Yeah.
which doesn't give you one, or you can take it with a Titanic Wraithbone Sword thing, which is called a Titanic Ghost Glaive, or you can take it with a Sun Cannon, and with each of those options, you get a Scatter Shield. Yeah. So that's a bit of war gear that you only get with certain weapon
And that gives you
5+ invulnerable save.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But 4+ obviously great. Or a massive unit of Wraith constructs. Could you take like a Grim Tiding? Thanks very much for subscribing 4 months in a row. Afternoon. Is there a unit that 4 vulnerable save would be very juicy on?
Can you put it on multiple units?
No, you can put it on a single unit.
Big unit of Wraith constructy things, I don't know.
Or a vulnerable save is not bad.
I feel like if it went on multiple units it'd be great, but the fact it doesn't, it's just kind of like, nah, not for me.
And then you've got the Rune of Battle, Twilight Gloom, which is a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, pick a friendly Wraith host unit wholly within 18 inches of the cycle. To the start of your next turn, the unit receives the benefit of their saving throws for being in cover, even while they are not wholly within a terrain feature.
That's absolutely filthy.
Do you want to explain to people why?
Because all of the Wraith units have a 3+ save, and now you're just doubling the efficiency of hitting it.
So effectively, you could get a unit and go 2-up save, 4-up in 1
This
save.
Wraith Knight has a 2+ vulnerable armor save. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Woo!
And then you've got Remnant of Glory, which...
Warp Spawn Bane.
Yes, and this is a Witch Staff only. Strength is user, AP 0, and it does damage too. But this weapon always wounds on a roll of a 2-up. In addition, ignore invulnerable saves for attacks made with this weapon.
It doesn't ignore other saves, though. It's AP dash.
Could you get to a 1-up save with the Wraith Knight if you used that, and then the...
You can't use Protect on it, because Protect is only used on Asioni infantry and biker units.
Okay.
Yeah.
But having 2-up save Wraith units with a 4-up invulnerable save is pretty sweet.
Where do you get 4-up invulnerable save from?
From the Spirit Shield.
Oh yeah, of course you do, yeah. Spirit Shield!
So you could just be
2
like...
4
you could just stick a unit in front and be like, kill that. Your turn.
Yeah.
Your move.
Your move.
Checkmate.
That seems quite good.
It's alright.
That's it. It depends how cheap the Wraith stuff
It's
came
like
down.
slow custodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But better shooting.
I'm not sure. It depends on what it depends on what you're talking about in terms of the custodes. So if you're talking about Virtus Praetors, generally no, because you're so the Wraith Guard have like a 12-inch range, Assault 1, Stroke 10 AP -4 damage D6 weapon. So it's like they're hitting on 3s, probably winning on 2s, just like
Right.
They can fall back and still shoot though.
However, there is the Astra Militarum, Nikos.
Oh yes.
Yay.
Astra Militarum, and you get the Emperor's Blade Assault Company, and this is platoon commanders, company squad, command squads, special weapons squads, veterans, infantry squads, chimeras, tauroxes,
everything.
Yes. Chimeras, tauroxes, and they get the Emperor's Blade. You get mechanized commander. Your warlord can issue orders whilst embarked with an Emperor's Blade Chimera, which is actually quite cool because it means you're protected from the Shieldbreaker missile from a Castellan, which is sweet. Measuring ranges from the point of the vehicle and is treated as being within 3 inches of a Voxcaster, which is nice because that means you wouldn't have to pay for a Voxcaster, which is cool. When doing so,
people were paying for Voxcasters? People were paying for Voxcasters?
Yeah, you have to pay. Yeah,
but why were you taking them?
for orders.
Yeah, but were people actually taking them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, because if you're actually going to use them, so you have an infantry squad next
I've just
to...
never played against one this edition, so I don't...
Really?
No.
Oh, because you put a Voxcaster next to the guy, and then you could issue it to another infantry squad far away. That's what I did. Yeah. Anyway, mechanized fire support uses stratagem the enemy charge phase. After an Emperor's Blade infantry unit army is chosen as the target of an enemy unit's charge, pick an Emperor's Blade Chimera or Taurox from the army within 6 inches of the unit being charged. The vehicle picked can fire Overwatch at the charging unit even if it's not the target of the charge, and when doing so will hit the enemy on hit rolls with a 4+, regardless of modifiers.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Rubbish on the Chimera because it doesn't have very many weapons, but on a Taurox that's quite cool. It might be a reason to take Tauroxes.
Yeah, Taurox can have a million shots.
Or even Wyverns.
It does say Taurox, and there is a difference between a Taurox and a Taurox Prime. Emperor's Blade Taurox.
Yeah, so it's different.
Yeah.
No, it won't work. Chimeras are really cheap now, though.
Yes.
They've gone down.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the heavy flamers have gone down.
Heavy flavour.
Yeah. Now they're the hot flavour.
You go on hot ones.
Anyway, and then you've got stratagem, rapid redeploy, uses stratagem in the end of your movement phase, an Emperor's Blade unit embarked within the Emperor's Blade Chimera or Taurox can disembark that...
Wait a minute. This is like the Genestealer Cult one, but better.
Yeah, the unit cannot move further... Wait, hold on. An Emperor's Blade unit embarked within either a Chimera or Taurox can disembark. The unit cannot move further in this phase, but can otherwise act normally for the rest of the turn. This unit counts as having moved for any rules purposes, such as moving heavy weapons. So you can move after...
This is
quite cool.
Yeah, this is just like the Genestealer Cult one.
Voxcast, Tom.
You can. This is just like the Genestealer Cult one, except you don't die when you get out, and you can get closer than 9 inches.
Yeah.
Can you put Bulgrins in a Chimera?
You can, but not many.
How many?
Like 3.
No.
3 or 4.
I have to check. Certain Bulgarians can't go in certain vehicles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did it like tight spaces.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Next one?
And then so that's rapid redeploy, and then you got the Shield of Mortwald.
Mortwald?
Yeah, it's one of the hives. The story's actually quite cool. For this. And the bearer has a 3+ invulnerable save, which cannot be rerolled for any reason. The first time this invulnerable save is failed, the Shield of Mortwald ceases to function for the rest of the battle. So it's like an Archon shield, but bleh.
But less good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Farinor says, I'm testing the special detachment out for Imperial Guard. He also said the disembarking stratagem is probably my favourite. It is actually quite good. Is it only 1 CP?
Which one, sorry?
Disembarking.
Mechanised fire support.
Yeah, rapid
one
redeploy is
CP.
only 1, which is quite solid.
I think, yeah, you could definitely catch people out on objective games with that, because they'll be like, oh, yeah, he's not going to be able to get any troops. Particularly if you're going second, you're not going to get many troops near this, but you just drive
And you
them
can
up,
advance the
deploy them out.
advance the transport as well, right?
Yeah, presumably.
Yes.
Whee!
Also, 2 heavy flamers now. Dual heavy flamers on the Chimera is 88 points, which is not too bad.
So like a Bernie. So if you run out of Hellhounds, you take those.
It used to be like something like 120, 130 points, so that's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, it sounds expensive.
Can you give the order move, granting them additional movement phase? It's a great question.
Fast guard.
We'll have to check.
Yeah.
But
With a Voxcaster.
But then also, what are you like moving up the field? Like, I wouldn't be
Objectives. You're moving
You
like
are.
30 inches.
Yeah, you are moving a scoring unit up the field.
So you move
Line breaker.
Helby Heresy says, played against
cheeky
both
line
guard
breaker.
ones last night, they're okay. Didn't set the world on fire, but they're okay.
Wait.
Which is what you want. Like, just having an extra bit of utility in your army.
Is it worth noting that the disembark is they have to be within 3 inches of the vehicle, so their disembark doesn't include them moving, or does it include them moving?
The disembark doesn't include the move.
So it'll be 3
So
inches.
you get an extra 3 inches.
So it's not like you can move and advance your vehicle, and then you can move and advance the guy as part of the disembark.
No, but what's really cool is like a Tauros, like Chimeras are moving 10, but Tauros move 12.
Yeah.
So you can really fling them, and plus disembark of the 3 inches, so it's a 15-inch.
Well, it's more than that because you have, so long as the back of your base is touching that 3 inch, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be like a 16 by the time you're done, and then you can move.
I have another question. If I have, let's say, a combo plasma gun, hold on top of my Rhino.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think
specifically
I know
for
where you're
Death Guard,
going.
right? And it kills it.
Yes.
And my 10 men disembark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can my men now disembark? Can my men now shoot because it's still the shooting phase?
Yeah.
So
Surprise.
suicide, Death Guard.
Land Raiders.
No, suicide, Death Guard. No, because you put combi plus on top of the Rhinos.
And Land Raiders.
But yeah, but I wouldn't blow up a Land Raider. It's more expensive for a stupid plan.
You wanted the biggest, most stupid plan you could possibly
No, this is
get.
a better plan. This is a tactical plan.
But this is more impressive.
I don't know.
Blowing up a Land Raider with a guy's plasma on the
Can I
top.
also charge?
Why not?
Yeah.
That's the thing, you know. Because I can potentially
What, blowing up your own Rhino with a plasma gun so you can shoot and charge a Plague Marine squad?
Yeah.
I would love it if you did that, Rob. Start taking that
Our
stance.
units-
Then Games Workshop, we were more likely to.
Our
fix that.
units... Guys, question. Are units that are embarked upon a transport subject to the same rules and restrictions that the transport is? So, if a transport advances, does the unit inside count as having advanced?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, because you don't normally. You haven't normally that you wouldn't be able to disembark it in any other way.
No, but I'm just asking. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
Are you kind of thinking like open top vehicles? If they're in combat, an open top vehicle that retreats, the guys on top can't generally shoot.
No, they can't shoot.
so they're under restrictions of how the thing moves.
Yeah.
So if you advance with a vehicle, so let's say you advance with that Rhino, and you've got a bunch of Plague Marines inside. When
Yeah,
the Rhino
but they can't
dies,
shoot though.
you've taken an assault weapon. So let's say you take a Storm Bolter.
But
Oh, no, you can't,
need
yeah.
to be able to kill yourself.
Yeah, of course.
for this
Yeah.
trick to work.
This one's not a great example.
But the combi plas on top of. I don't know if it's been FAQ, so the vehicle only suffers 1 mortal wound, but
I don't think it has.
I don't think it has.
It's been a year and a half, and we're still
don't
killing
think- I
Chaos
don't
Land
think it
Raiders with
has.
plasmas.
Yeah, it's a funny trick. I don't think it's a long-term game plan.
But it's a
Eventually
funny
it'll be
fucking
fixed.
trick. I was
It's
thinking
fun.
about it today. I was like,
It is fun.
Yes,
Like,
it's actually
I got
quite
me.
funny.
I got myself out.
But then if I come up against that Imperial Fist stratagem where I roll 2d6 for every model.
Yikes.
It's not a building. No, your Rhino's not a building.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Anyway, the next one is the Emperor's Wrath Artillery Company.
Oh yes. And that works on company commanders, master of ordnance, basilisks, hydras, and wyverns, but not manticores because fuck manticores.
FYI, I can't wait to command point reroll a hit roll with my plasma
into a 1.
Into a 1.
Just pray you play something like Eldar or Raven Guard, something like that.
Yes, it's -2 to hit, and I'm just like, sweet.
Is it an unmodified irrelevant one or?
No, it's just roll of 1.
Okay.
So it's the same as every other plasma gun, right?
Yeah. That's good. Or Styges.
We'll have to double check though. We'll have to double check that. So no one else be out there using that tactic and strategy that I'm.
Read your rules before you do things.
Yeah, that's always sensible.
Says me.
Says Tom. Right. So the artillery company affects company commanders, master of ordnance, basilisks, hydras, wyverns.
But not manticores.
So you get the Lord of Ordnance Warlord trait, which is while they're within 6 inches of your Warlord in the shooting phase, the armor penetration characteristic of the attack is improved by AP -1.
Yay.
That's
So
kind
you
of
don't
cool.
have to pay free CP for it every time. Hooray!
That's quite good. -1, like if you've got enough stuff around, especially basilisks or hydras.
Hydras are mainly there for shooting at planes. It's for wyverns. You have to
The
look out
wyverns
for.
is the 4d6 shots. Yeah. So
Yeah, played them before. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they are good.
then you guys would like to see a drawing that's been done in the chat. That would be
No.
fine. Suppressive fire.
It's not.
It's in the. I'll show you.
Can someone post it in the Discord?
That's okay. It's been posted in the Discord. I'll show you guys.
I'm not sure I want to see it. I have an idea what this is.
I want to see it.
There you go.
Can't see it.
Lack of manhood.
Eldari bod. New weave.
I don't have that long a hair. What's wrong with you? Yeah, it's fine. I can't. I'm not drawing it. 5 minutes later.
Hi, night 1974. Just sat and watched
dear.
the AOS FAQ review. I'm an AOS player more than 40k. Just wanted to say nice work. Totally agree with everything you said. Oh, thank you very much. That's very nice of you. I really felt like I nailed that. I was just like, because I didn't set my own tone. I was just like, what did Games Workshop say that they were going to do? This? Did they do it? In my opinion, no. But what did they not do? 40k.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, 40.
I think 40k. I think
40K
40k is in a better spot now than it was at the start of the year.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree.
Good.
I do agree. I think that the reason we're reading Vigilus and chapter approved and we're taking our time with it, so I think they've done a fucking smashing job. Like ish. Comparison to the other jobs they've done.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a metric. Things they could have achieved, my dreams. Yeah. Things they've done before, which by the way are so they are 10 and 0.
Yep.
And what they did now with chapter approved of Vigilus, and I think 5 out of 10, boys. Good job. That's my thoughts. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen all these stratagems yet, so we're still working on it.
Emperor's Wrath. Okay,
Yes.
so
We've done Warlord trait.
pounding barrage.
Oh my.
Use your stratagem.
Wait,
at the
we
start
haven't
of
even
your
done suppressive fire yet. You just wanted to get to the pounding bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use your stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Pick an Emperor's Wrath vehicle from your army. Pick one of the unit's ranged weapons. The unit can shoot twice with that weapon this phase, which is actually for 1 CP is actually not 2 CP isn't terrible if you're picking the right weapon.
It's one weapon.
Yeah. But if you were to take something like a 46 gun,
Yeah.
right, that's 8d6 for that. I mean, it's 2 CP to do it, but you know, kind of useful. Suppressive fire. Use a stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Pick an Emperor's Wrath vehicle from your army. That unit cannot shoot this phase. Instead, it lays down suppressive fire. Pick an enemy infantry unit that's within range of at least one of its weapons until the start of your next turn. The enemy cannot fire Overwatch and halves its move characteristic. That's actually really amazing for 1 CP.
It does the same thing as a Bane Hammer then.
Yeah, but for 1 CP, it's crazy good.
Instead of shooting, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's alright actually. Especially if you're taking multiple wyverns, so you just pick one of them and just say yeah. Or hydras, where the hydras don't have anything to shoot at.
I don't know, I'd maybe just pick something that has the least shooting possible, so you're not wasting that many shots.
Well, a hydra would not necessarily have the most shooting available if there's no flyers.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah. It is what it is. So,
Okay.
maybe. Have you done pounding barrage? Sorry.
Yeah. That's we talked about that.
Are you ready?
Straight for the pounding.
Are you ready to talk about the heirloom of conquest?
No, I'm about to. Yeah, the Agrippina class orbital tracker.
Oh, he did it. He did it.
No problem, man. No problem. In the shooting phase, pick an Emperor's Wrath unit from your army within 6 inches of the barrel until the end of the phase. Enemy units do not receive the benefit of cover. when targeted by attacks by this unit. So
Oh, that's crap.
yeah, it's crap. Okay, next up we have even more Astra Militarum.
Yay!
The Emperor's Conclave Specialist Detachment, and this affects platoon commanders, company squads, infantry squads, conscripts, minister and priests, and crusader units. Unfortunately, though, not Bulgrins.
Crusaders can do the same job.
Yeah, they can. They can. You got the Fiery Denouncer.
Fiery denouncer.
Reroll hit rolls of 1 for your warlord.
That's a warlord trait, yeah?
Yeah, from the Emperor's Conclave within 6. Oh,
In
wait,
the fight phase.
sorry. Reroll hit rolls of 1 for your warlord and friendly Emperor's Conclave units within 6 inches of the warlord in your fight phase. It's actually not bad. No quarter given, 2 CP. Use stratagem at the start of your fight phase, pick an Emperor's Conclave unit from your army. Until the end of that phase, when a model from that unit is slain, that model is not removed from that field as normal, but considered immediate part in the fight.
Where have
even
we
if it's
seen
already
this
been chosen
rule before?
to fight that phase.
I swear I've seen this rule before in this book.
we have. And then a 1 CP Sanctimonious Charge.
Oh, yes.
Use this stratagem after an Emperor's Conclave Minister unit charge until the end of the phase. Add 1 to the charge rolls for other friendly Emperor's Conclave units while they're within 12 inches.
I've also seen that rule somewhere as well.
So +1 charge, which is fine. And then Litanies of the Holy Synod is a heirloom of conquest. If a friendly Emperor's Conclave unit within 6 inches of the bearer takes a morale test, roll 2d6 and uses the lowest result to determine the outcome of the morale test. In addition, if the bearer is slain, before removing the model from the battlefield, pick another friendly Emperor's Conclave unit within 6 inches of the bearer. For the rest of the battle, that does not have to take morale tests. It can add 1 to its attack characteristic. I kind of like the concept of putting a character like in front of a unit of conscripts, yeah, and then just going and then just deploying, and then my opponent goes, "You've left your character in the front." I'll be like, "Oh
no,
shit!" And they'll be like, "Do you want to move it back?" I'll be like, "No, look, I don't like to do that. I don't like to take things back." And they're like, "Okay, man, I'm gonna have to shoot them. I'm sorry." And then you're like, "Woohoo! Immune to battle shot conscripts. Let's go."
Fine. Alright, what's the next one? Oh, look, another guard one. Yay.
Sorry, excuse me, they call it Astra Militarum. This is the tank company. And this affects Leman Russes.
The Emperor's Fist as opposed to the Imperial Fist.
Yeah, Emperor's Fist. And this is reroll hit rolls. The Warlord trait is unflinching resolve. Reroll hit rolls with your Warlord and friendly Emperor's Fist units within 6 inches.
This only works on Leman Russes, right?
Yeah. Fire Overwatch. 5+ Overwatch. 1 CP for the stratagem.
5+ Overwatch? Where's the 5+ Overwatch coming from?
Unflinching resolve.
That's rerolls to hit when your Warlord and friendly Emperor's Fist units within 6 inches fire Overwatch.
Oh, it's not what I thought.
Like, no, that's fine.
But that's actually quite good.
Yeah, it's still fine.
That's quite good.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
6s rerolling is great.
Because normally you want to charge for Leman Russes, so it just gives you an extra chance to
The best thing to reroll is a 6.
Oh, reroll into, not take a 6 and
reroll
into.
Yeah.
I seized. I'm going to reroll it.
Yeah, if you have 100 dice, you want to be
Old Cotias.
Rerolling to hit is better when you're only hitting on 6s. Because you're rerolling more dice. Probably.
It's a 50-50.
I'd rather be hitting on 2s and rerolling 1s than hitting on 6s rerolling them all.
But you get more.
You get to roll more dice.
You get to reroll more.
If that's what you enjoy, then yes.
Stratagem for 1 CP on Yearly Advance. Use the stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Pick an Emperor's Fist unit from your army. That unit can shoot its turret weapon twice, as described in the Grinding Advance ability, no matter how far it moved in the preceding movement phase.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then you've got Steel Phalanx for 1 CP. Uses, obviously, no one's taking this because Leman Russes look.
Just to quantify this, you can't take a tank commander and a Leman Russ and put it in here, can you?
No, but you also would never take a Leman Russ because they look lame.
Okay.
What if
you would never take
to
one?
Look nice.
Would you take a Leman Russ?
Yes.
Why?
Because I have some.
They look like little poopy cows.
Have you seen a Space Marine vehicle?
Yeah. Excuse me, they now have got like 72 guns and they
Do you like
float.
rhinos?
What?
Do you like rhinos?
I like rhinos.
Do you like repulsors?
I like
it's just box are ugly. Why would you take that? It's ugly.
I don't take repulsors. Rhinos are cool.
They're ugly. Why would you take one?
How dare you, sir?
I'm just saying it's a matter of perspective.
A rhino looks better than a Leman Russ tank.
Nope.
What the hell?
It's just a box, bro.
Oh, yeah, it's the box.
Yeah, but that's what a tank is, a box.
Yeah, and so
it's a little poopy cannon.
So basically you're saying the tanks don't need to look nice, or they just need to be functional.
This is like, it's got a teeny like stubby poop gun. This is how I picture Leman Russ tank commander's like, fire the guns, and then all the tanks are like, poop 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 poop. Poop 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 poop. Poop poop poop.
And what way is that cool?
And when you roll two ones on the 2d6, it's like poop poop. Poop.
Alright.
I don't mind Lehman Russ. I think they look okay.
DeBolt says that
They're
they
not
look
great.
shit, so there we go.
Fine, don't take them to Bolt. You're missing out, mate.
Yeah, you're missing out
Some good ass tanks.
from doing this. Boop, boop, boop.
What with Rhinos or Lehman Russes? There you go.
Anyway, the steel phalanx stratagem
TP.
is use this stratagem to start your charge phase. Pick an enemy unit each time an Emperor Fist unit from your army finishes your charge move within 1 inch.
Wait a minute. The only units that can get Emperor's Fist are Lehman Russes.
Yep.
So you have to charge with a Lehman Russ
Yep.
to
Do more wounds.
on a 4
4+,
plus.
you do D3 mortal wounds. That's quite cool. Imagine you charge 4 into Mortarion.
The last place you want a Lehman... Yeah, but you can only use this once.
Yeah, but it's each unit from your army.
Yeah, each time an Emperor's Fist unit
armor
from your army
wide.
finishes your charge move within 1 inch.
So basically, you're saying, right, I've got a unit of 5 Vanguard veterans here, or 5 Sanguinary Guard. Am I going to charge with Lehman Russes? They fail the charge. All the Lehman Russes charge Sanguinary Guard.
Well, actually, if you were to
Run 'em
shoot
over.
everything else, like with the you go boop, 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 with all the battle cannons, yeah, and then you charge those 5 Sanguinary Guard to clear them out, then you do some D3 more, and then they just get lost. It's
Even
actually-
then, it's like D3 on a 4 plus, so you've got to charge them with like 10 Lehman Russes.
excuse me, if you're going to buy one of those ugly fucking things, you're going to buy 10.
I've only got one.
Probably only take 3. You've only got 1. Where's your other 9?
nine.
Why can't
It's a
you
Genestealer cut one.
poop, 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 everywhere?
It's a Genestealer cut one, it basically does. Relic?
Attack Max says Lehman Russ with an execution. It goes. Brrrt,
That sounds like a fart.
brrrt,
Brut.
brrrt. Yeah.
Stomp 'em off.
Hold
That's
on.
not now, but
The
that's
Hammer
like...
of Sunderance is the heirloom, and it is. You replace a battle cannon with this, and it's 72 inches,
Ooh.
heavy D6, strength 8, -2, 3 damage.
Ooh! That's alright.
Is it normally D3?
Then we have the... I don't want to talk about the Tempestus drop force, because I want to talk about one afterwards.
Okay, Nikos?
I shall take the Tempestus.
Thank you, you're very generous.
So these are for Militarum Tempestus.
Yep.
So Tempestus Prime, Tempestus Scions, Tempestus Command Squads, and Valkyries.
Oh!
And they
Not
form
Vendettas?
a Tempestus drop force. So the Warlord trait is Gravshoot Commando. Sounds pretty cool. Add 1 to hit rolls made by friendly Tempestus drop force infantry units that disembark from friendly drop pod Valkyries. Tempest drop force Valkyries. So if you get out of a Valkyrie and you're within 6 of your Warlord, you get +1 to hit rolls.
It's actually quite cool, because obviously you can take like plasmas,
Plasma.
and then a +1 to hit's really good.
And then relics from the
This looks Welsh.
Progenium.
Progenium. Yes.
Relics
How
of the
do you
Progenium.
Oh yeah, the
relic
Sacramundi
Sacramundi.
Null-Emitter.
Sacramundi Null Emitter.
Sipramundi now, then, is it?
If the bearer is targeted or affected by a psychic power on a
Sounds
2+,
Welsh.
the effect has no... The power has no effect.
That's pretty good.
But it's just on the bearer though, so if they're targeting your character,
Give it to a Calix Assassin Kappa.
2+, you can't.
You can't. Make it impenetrable. This is my favourite one.
Precision drop.
It's what you do
One
when you're
command
aiming for the
point.
water.
1 command point. Pick a Valkyrie from your army. Until later in that phase, if models disembark from that Valkyrie using the Gravshoot insertion ability, do not roll a d6 to see if they're slain. So basically, 1 command point, you can guarantee people getting out of your Valkyrie
That's actually quite cool,
won't die.
because if you move 20 inches, then they can get out without any issues. But if you move further, and what's quite cool is having that in your back pocket, and then your opponent being like, he's only going to fly the 20, and then that's where he's going to drop them, and then being like, whoop, right across the.
Yeah. And then they have aerial fire support. So use a strategy in the charge phase after a Tempestus drop force infantry unit is chosen as the target of an enemy charge. Pick a Valkyrie from your army within 6, and that Valkyrie can fight Overwatch even if it's not the target of the charge while doing so, and will hit on a 4+ regardless of modifiers.
Nice. Fair
I
enough.
like it.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It's still only Valkyrie though, so it's not like but
I would. This is a formation that I would do an army for. Like
Yeah.
I really like the idea of lots of Valkyries and
Same.
drop guard
elite
and
guards
plasma
there.
weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one a lot actually. I'd quite like to build an army around that, if I'm honest.
Speaking of strategy formations, we'd like to build. Specialist detachments. We'd like to build an army around. We've saved the best to last.
The best till last. Well, there's actually another one, but okay. But the best. This is not the last one,
isn't it?
Nope.
Oh, they put a picture in it. Well, the best till second to last.
Okay,
yes.
good.
All right.
Which faction, Tom?
This is for orcs. So it's called the Stomper Mob.
Yeah.
So you give it to units with the Stomper keyword, and they give a Stomper Mob keyword. And in addition, you can pick one model in that Stomper Mob special detachment to give them a character keyword. However, the only warlord trait it can be given is either Gorks 1 or Morks 1. So you've got 2. So you can give it one of these. So give him one of these. So Gorks 1 is you get +1 to hit and to wound rolls for attacks made in the fight phase. And Morks 1 is you get +1 to wound in the shooting phase. Now the relic is you can give one of them.
+1 to wound in the shoot phase. Fucking tricky.
When you're wounding on 2s all the time anyway.
Not a hit.
Not a hit with like a billion guns. But sure, okay.
Yeah.
Stratagem.
So now I'm doing my relic.
What would you pick? +1 to hit or +1 to wound?
In the +1 to hit in the fight phase or +1 to wound?
Yeah.
+1 to wound. Because you're wanting to shoot with these bad boys.
Okay.
Yeah. So Shiny Gubbins is Tezdrek Stomper Power Field. The bearer has a 5+ invulnerable save. So you've got a way to give a Stomper a 5+.
That's actually good.
There's 2 ways. You can put a mech inside it.
You can, but but you'd have to pay the.
You have to do this with a super heavy detachment, so you have to take like 1 Stomper and then 2 Gorkanauts or something.
They're not Lords of War.
Fine, you take 3 Stompers and then you can't actually take the army because it's 2,400 points. Well done, Rob. You've ruined it.
You ruined Christmas.
I didn't appoint the Stompers. I didn't write this goddamn.
Is Gazgul a Lord of War?
No.
But what? Is it only Stompers?
Yes.
I thought Gazgul was a Lord of War.
Why would he be a Lord of War?
He was a Lord of War in 7th.
Yeah, there's so many things.
Yeah.
Is Gulliman a Lord of War?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Gazgul is.
Okay.
Oh, it's Squigoths and a kill tank.
And you get mini Squiggers.
That's not a Lord of War.
Isn't it?
A heavy sport.
Oh.
And how did... Okay, fair enough.
Potentially.
Ben cheated. All right.
That's Ben, you probably didn't cheat. I probably got it wrong. Gazzy is a HQ.
Sad. All right.
He's only little, though.
The first stratagem for the Stomper Mob is called Stomp, 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 predictably.
Primaris, really.
So, 1 TP. Use a stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Pick a Stomper Mob unit from your army that is within 1 inch of any enemy units, and roll a d6 for each enemy model within 6 inches of that unit. On a 6+ for models, unit suffers a mortal wound. Yay. And then you've got my favourite one, which is 4 CP. It's called the Stomper Porter. Let's see if you can work out what this does. I don't know what it does. I just read Stomper Porter and I thought, yes.
I think that the Stomper has a selection of drinks and snacks within his belly, and he goes up and down, providing them to people.
Kind sir, I haven't been useful for over 2 years, so I thought I'd bring some drinks.
You know before it will stop with
packet of
the
nuts.
tube coming out the front. So you use this stratagem during deployment, and you can set up a Stomper Mob unit from your army on a teleporter pad instead of placing it in reserve. Units on a teleporter pad can teleport into the battle at the end of any of your movement phases and set them up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from enemy models. So you stick a bunch of boys in a Stomper, you stick the Stomper on a teleporter pad, and you just drop a big Stomper in someone's face.
And then they go, thanks for putting that there. I'm going to kill the fuck out of that.
Soul burst off it.
I mean, you can do a 3d6 charge thing, can't you? So you can bang it down.
Yeah, and you can give it evil
charge.
sons. So it's a 3d6 charge, 8-inch range, re-rolling.
We've made Stompers brilliant.
You could,
and then you can give it.
We've done it.
And you can give
We've done it, boys.
Give it Gork's Warlord trait. I mean, you only need to buy 2 more Stompers, and then you can give it Orc's Warlord trait to make it even better in close combat.
Wow.
Yes, we got him now, boys.
It's probably. Is this the new meta? I think we've decided.
They didn't even put Stompers in the picture.
We've also worked out what my new army's going to be.
3 Stompers.
1 Stomper, because you can't take 3 Stompers.
You also can't make a detachment without 3 Stompers. It's got to be a super heavy detachment. It can't be a super heavy auxiliary.
I like what Una. I can't know how to say that. Unaha Kloss says. Every day we get further from God's light. That's the perfect way to describe the Stompers.
I think they decreased their points a little bit.
Stompers are like in that tunnel going towards the light when people die, only the light's getting further away.
That's because the Stompers are so slow. Catch up. No!
Oh, God.
Right, who wants to do the cult of speed? Amber Dreadwar. Amber Dreadwar, Amber Blitz Brigade. Oh my God.
Don't be like this. Everyone will be like, I'm not listening anymore. Would you like a small emotional break and I can tell you a tale?
Okay.
Yes, please.
One time, one of my friends...
Your friends?
One friend. He... so his cat died.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, sad. Okay.
Yeah.
And then him and his friends didn't know what to do and they didn't have a garden. So they decided at the local cemetery that they were going to go bury the cat, right? Now, they went, but it was winter and they're not bright, yeah? And they didn't have a shovel or so what they took was some spoons, right? And then they went to the cemetery and because, again, being city kids, they didn't really know that the ground hardens in the frost. So they effectively were unable to dig a very effective hole and more kind of scraped at the ground. Then
it's like kids on the playground.
Basically, only adult men.
With a dead cat.
They were all over 20. But what happened was because they shouldn't have been there at night, a security guard started to flash a light. They panicked, but one of them slipped and twisted his ankle. Turns out later he'd sprained it, but now was unable to run. So his friends, his two other friends who were with him, carried him out of the graveyard. So it looked like these two guys had robbed
a
body. Only really they were ineffectively burying a cat.
Did they just leave the dead cat there?
Yeah, what did they do with the cat?
So someone else buried it?
Well, I don't know. To be honest,
or slung it in a bin.
They didn't tell me any other stories beyond there. I don't know if they could get reported for the RSPC for that, but it's a dead cat. But
how did it die? We don't know. You just find a dead cat.
They killed it with spoons. I don't know.
It'd be like the spoons and the cat bear. Some out of what was that film called? The Bollywood one that was really successful.
I don't know.
With the kid who was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
What do you know?
Oh, Slumdog Millionaire.
Boom, he's got it. I've seen a film once.
It's not a Bollywood film.
Just because it's an Indian
Every
guy,
film with an Indian person isn't a Bollywood film.
They're all Indian.
Have you seen the Bollywood film Harold and Kumar?
It's not based on ethnicity, mate. Like, there's a Liverpool girl in one of them.
Oh my God. Oh, that's
I didn't want to say Indian film now, did I? That would have been racist. I wanted to describe it.
Home Minister says, evening, weird time for me to join the stream. And I'd agree.
We've lost it, mate. We're gone.
Okay.
Too many
do
detachments.
you think Aladdin is a Bollywood film?
Nah, it's not set in India. There's no way it's set in India. It's set in the Middle East or something, isn't it? Magic carpets and genies and deserts. You don't have deserts in India. It's not true. What's wrong with you, mate?
Isn't the Taj Mahal in it?
Yeah, but that's not a desert. Yeah, they fly over it because they fly over his big landmarks and that. Did they fly over Big Ben as well? I might have done. Oh, sorry, the Queen Elizabeth Tower.
Okay, right. Let's talk about the cult. So you're happy to continue now?
Yes.
We've had enough.
Please.
Right, the cult of speed. So it's 1 speed, obviously. So Speed Freaks detachment gain the cult of speed. Quick Lads is the Warlord trait.
Thanks.
Quick Lads. Friendly cult of speed units with a 12-inch Warlord in the morale phase automatically pass if they advanced in the same turn.
But they can't, though. Because if you advance in your turn and then you take a morale test mostly in your opponent's turn.
Well, it's like if you in your turn you advance and charge and
then fail.
But that's not what it says. So if you advanced in the same turn.
Yeah, if you advance in the same turn, so your own turn, you advance up, you charge, you take some Overwatch, you fail the charge, but then some of your models die.
But normally, normally you're charging with like big units, so you're fine because of mob rule anyway.
Yeah.
Sound that wrong.
It's okay, I'm just reading what the people in the chat are saying.
I'm going to get more Twitter harassment, but that's fine. I don't give a shit. Fucking come at me.
Anyway, stratagem. Use stratagem to start your move phase. Pick a cult speed unit from your army. If that unit advances this phase,
turbo?
double the unit's move characteristic instead of rolling
turbo
dice.
boosters for 2 CP?
Yeah, 2 CP. So double the advance roll.
Ooh.
2 CP charge through them.
That's good with war. Can I just point out how this synergy works with war? Because war allows you to advance and charge. So now if you're advancing 12 inches, that's suddenly really good.
You are fast, as they say.
Zoom, zoom.
If only you had the fly keywords, you could not fly over the unit in front of you.
You can charge those Gretchen at the front rate. Good.
Yeah. Use distraction before the cut speed unit from your army makes a
This
consolidation
is charge
move.
through them, yes?
Yeah, the unit consolidates 2d6 instead of 3 inches.
Ooh.
Which is actually...
Good wrapping.
Really incredible.
Yeah. And you can put these on speed fakes.
And then you have Shiny Gubbins. You have Skargrim's Snaz Trike.
Ooh.
This is on a Death Killer War Trike. Add 1 to the bearer's toughness characteristic.
That makes toughness 6.
And addition, the bearer gains a 5+ invulnerable save.
You're also a character.
That's actually really good.
That's badass.
That's badass. Alt War Boss with +1
on the trike. But you can't target the trike anyway most of the time now.
Yeah.
And if you're charging stuff, you're killing it most of the time now.
But it's decent.
Oh, it's fine, yeah.
I think it's good.
It's not bad.
It's actually quite hard to make a killy character for orcs. So, unless obviously you take this character Stomper.
Which teleports into your face.
We fixed them, boys! I like how the rules team are like, hey,
this is genius.
I don't see a lot of Stompers around. I reckon I can fix them.
We need to nerf Stompers.
Yeah. So if you guys take 3, Dave, I hope there's no one in the rules team called Dave. Dave, 3 is actually doesn't fit into an army. It's like 2,000 points, probably does.
That's what we put in the rule book when we released the game. That's standard match play.
Could you check the points? Could you, Dave? No, it's they're all over the place.
He's just
quite hard putting all the points together.
Just in the back.
Someone should work on those points.
Yeah, one of the artists is like, why do you use Battle Scribe? It's like, I only use power levels.
What's the app they have with power levels?
Huh?
What's the app they have to use power levels?
Combat roster.
Combat roster.
That's why.
That's why. He's using combat roster. He's like, I can put 3 of these in my army with combat roster.
Yeah.
Right.
Dreadwar.
The Dreadwar.
Do I do this one or do you want me to do it?
You go for it, man.
Okay, thank you, mate. I appreciate that.
G-Money wants to know if Deathcopters can be caught with speed. I'm just going to double check.
Probably. You're right. So, if your army is Battleforged, you can use the specialist detachment instruction below. It's called Dreadwar, so you can give the Dreadwar keyword to Big Mechs, Skulknauts, Smallknauts, Death Throws, and Killer Cans, but not Stompers! The Warlord trait is Dread Mech, and that allows that. So it's a model with the big mechanic ability only, so Big Mechs. So when your Warlord uses the big mechanic ability to repair a Dreadwar unit, you add 1 to the number of wounds regained.
D3 + 1.
D3. Wow.
If it's a Grot Oiler, it can be D3 + 2.
Amazing.
Wow. 5 wounds back.
Grot's oiling him up again.
You get greasy. or yeah.
Get greasy, baby.
Boy.
Grease up that goblin.
And then you've got the...
Grease that goblin up into the Dreadwar.
We need to do a special event where everyone's got to catch a greased up goblin.
That's a perfect scenario.
Yes. So 2 CP for custom ammo. So you use extraction at the start of your shooting phase. You pick a Dreadwar unit from your army, and that unit can shoot twice this shooting phase of all of its ranged weapons. So no, this is fine. Seriously, how many killer cans can you put in a unit? 6.
Shoot phase. Pick a Dreadwar unit from your army. Yeah, but when you put them down, don't they become individual units?
I don't think so. No.
You sure?
Certain.
Not killer cans.
Yeah, so this is why it's okay, because what you do is you take your unit of 6 killer cans with scorchers, fire 6 scorchers into someone, then you turn around and go,
that's if there's anyone left.
with the custom ammo, which is fire.
Use the stratagem at the end of your movement phase with the custom ammo. No, so this is custom ammo is fire, as in flames.
So they put some special ingredient in the flames.
Yeah, just some extra
that's how it works,
flammable stuffs.
Urine.
Flammable sticks. That's not flammable.
It doesn't matter, it talks. They believe it's flammable. It's flammable. Fine. So 1 TP, Mech Connections. So use this stratagem at the end of your movement phase and pick a Dreadwar unit from your army that is within 1 inch of a mech shop. If you use the custom job, ability to give that unit a custom job.
They receive something extra special on a 4+ instead of a 6+. So really, really trying to sell those mech workshops.
So if you give a unit a special custom job, you'll get something back.
Yeah. Especially with the custom ammo, if you grease it up.
Yeah.
Shiny Gubbins, though, you've got a custom souped up shocker, which is if you can give this to
big shock attack gun replacement.
Yeah, heavy 2d6, strength 2d6, -5 d6 damage before firing this weapon. Once determine the strength of all its shots. If the result is 11+, each successful hit inflicts D3 mortal wounds on the target in addition to any normal damage. Okay.
Also, they managed to fit 2 stompers in this picture beneath it. There you go.
They have, because they're the only 2 in the existence of the human
They've
race.
got another one with a big willy. It's all right. And then you finally got the last one.
The Blitz Brigade.
The Blitz Brigade. You can do the honors, mate. No, yes.
So Blitz
It's
Brigade
got more stratagems as well.
is
War bosses, battle wagons, gun wagons, and bone breaker.
That's a
so it's the wagon brigade. So this is
War.
this is the Mad Max lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the warlord trait is backseat driver.
Bring your mother to the war.
While your warlord is embarked within a Blitz Brigade transport, add 1 to the transport's move characteristic. In addition, while your warlord is embarked within it, the transport gains the Here We Go ability, so you can reroll charges with your transport.
And all the other transports around you.
Really?
Doesn't Here We Go affect other units around you? No, it doesn't. It's just that unit. Okay, good.
Then we've got 3 stratagems.
3! Wow.
These ones first,
really being fancy now.
So
Do the relic
the
first.
relic is Da Blitzer Shouter.
The Blitz Shouter.
So at the start of your shooting phase, if the bearer is embarked within a Blitz Brigade battle wagon, pick an enemy unit that is visible to the battle wagon. Until the end of the phase, reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by Blitz Brigade units within 6 of the battle wagon. So you pick an enemy unit, and everyone within 6 gets to reroll 1s against it in shooting phase. So that's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Not great when you're hitting on 5s and 6s anyway.
No. And I don't think the battle wagons have that
They're big shooters.
great weapon.
They have the big cannon.
Yeah.
Some do.
Yeah.
The gun wagon does.
Yeah.
So the stratagems, 1 CP for opening salvo.
Oh yeah.
So you use the stratagem in the shooting phase, the first battle of the first battle round. Pick a Blitz Brigade bandwagon.
Gun wagon.
Double the range characteristic of the unit's weapons.
Aren't you already like 48-inch range anyway?
Yeah.
Great.
But hey, it makes them shooters a little bit bigger. Yeah.
It makes the shooter a bit bigger for a.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
What's Crush 'em do? Crush 'em!
Crush 'em.
Are they those drinks?
Crush 'em, boys!
It's in the fight phase. On a Blitz Brigade Bone Breaker from your army chosen to fight, roll 3d6 for the Bone Breaker Ram ability and choose the highest result.
That's pretty good.
Yes!
What's that? Is that like a Mortal Wounds thing?
It's the Death Roller.
It's not very good.
Oh, okay.
And then
And
the
then
last one.
2 command points. Hold on, boys. So use the stratagem during your movement phase and pick a Clan Blitz Brigade battle wagon from your army, and then pick a friendly Clan infantry unit wholly within 3 of that model and remove it from the battlefield. After the battle wagon has moved, set the Clan infantry unit up on the battlefield wholly within 3 of the battle wagon, and no more than 3 from enemy models. Note that this infantry unit is not embarked within the battle wagon and therefore does not count towards the number of models it can transport.
So basically,
So you have a unit there,
yeah,
it picks them up, well they jump on
it's
the
like
vehicle,
those
and they
guys
jump
that
off.
you. So you know when you sometimes see cyclists grabbing the side of lorries, and the lorries
Yeah,
carry them along
hitching a
for a
ride.
bit. Yeah, hitching a ride on the lorry.
It's exactly like that.
Tank riders
Tank riders.
from Russian War.
Yeah, from lads who are getting on top. Yeah. So it's cool because you can move some extra infantry units forward. Would I spend 2 CP plus another 1 CP to make that happen? Probably not. Does it say
You can move
is there a
30
size?
boys. You can move 30 boys, can you? Like that.
Use the stratagem during movement phase before you move a Blitz Brigade battle wagon from your army. Pick a friendly Clan infantry unit wholly within 3 inches of that model. So you have to have enough models.
30 boys within 3 inches of that.
That's quite no. I wouldn't say so. Oh, not on 32mm bases.
No.
When you've got to jump and you've got Unstoppable Green Tide, I'm not sure how much you need this.
No.
Yeah, but what I mean, it might be the third way to drop another 30 boys forward.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be the argument, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
and you can stick a battle wagon up the front of a deployment turn. Just go,
The Holy
Yeah.
Trinity.
And you drop a war as well, so you advance a battle wagon. And don't you need to drop a war?
No.
Yeah, it's fine.
No. Okay, so that is all. See, I don't think we get time to do the points. So what did you guys? So like, out of all these, because we did last week poo-poo these.
There's a lot
We
of
said
them.
with the return of formations is bad, but what do we think of them? All in all,
There's just, well, obviously there's not that many. You have to be quite inventive to come up with new rules all the time. So there's a lot of duplication across them.
which I don't mind.
No, I'm not saying that's a good.
But I do
not saying that's a
like it when
criticism.
armies play a
There's
certain way.
22 of them.
Yeah,
It,
formation.
it kind of reminds me of, you know, when Chapter Approved dropped the first time,
Yeah.
and they included all these new stratagems for each faction. It's like that, but like ramped up.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of information to process. I kind of feel like I can't really talk about any single one in depth, apart from maybe a Wind Rider host, because I haven't had the time necessarily to look at it or even see games played with it, right? Because you've got so many of these individual ones to look at.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have the time to properly break down for an hour where this would be useful, where this would be less useful, how you would build around this type of formation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, loads. Like I think for a CP, like in order to make a detachment again, because you don't have to then spend the other CP.
Yeah.
I think that's quite important. Like I think the only one that's actually tournament changing would be the Battle Servitor Maniple one from Mechanica.
Maybe.
Because if nothing else, because like you can just get the +1 to hit and a 5 up invulnerable save. You could take a 600 point unit and give it a 5 up invulnerable save.
The 5 plus invulnerable save is big.
Yeah, and both of those are only a CP each, so that's quite cheap.
And you can use the 5 plus invulnerable save one over the multiple units.
Yes.
Before the game starts.
Yeah.
4 plus battle round.
So you can play the Stomper detachment. You take 1 Stomp and 2 kill tanks or 2 gargantuan squiggles, and that's it.
Boom.
But that's 1870 points.
Doesn't matter, you fit it in.
1817.
Doesn't matter. And when you take a support auxiliary detachment with 1 unit of boys, you stick it in the Stomper and you teleport it.
1750, Tom.
Yeah.
Don't forget we're playing 1750.
Ah, I'm playing 1750. Okay, I'm taking 1800. Even though that wouldn't work because you have 3 CP and then you'd spend. Oh no, you'd use all this. Yeah, then. So even if you did that, you wouldn't have enough CP to actually run the list. Because you need to spend 5. Yeah. You'd have 4. So.
Yeah. I think.
No, you wouldn't. Sorry, I'm mistaken. Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about the concept of, and for the podcast listeners, I am doing air quotation marks, the concept of narrative formations, like which these are clearly like written around to like have a bit of like stuff to do.
I don't really feel like they're guided by the narrative that much.
I don't think so.
Like,
they've
made the Black Templars. They're traditionally like combat marines, aren't they? And they've given them some combat stratagems.
They've just added a bit to it.
It's guided by their overall narrative, not by the campaign narrative, is it?
But do you think they necessarily had time to do it? I mean, like a lot of the stratagems and the rules are kind of duplicated from other places as well. And obviously, you've only got 70 people on the rules team, and you've got to get this out and chapter approved out at a similar time. So I think it may just be a case of you don't have the time to put necessarily the same amount of love and care that you would want to if you're looking to put it as like a narrative formation.
I don't think that they were ill thought through.
No, I don't think they were at all.
Like I mean, the Stomper one obviously a bit of a gag, and then like the Battle Wagon one. But like I would say, like from like a tournament perspective, like I think we're already fairly conscious that the rules department are either willfully or unnecessarily ignorant of whatever the hell's happening.
I think we're just overworked.
Yeah, I think they're overworked. Yeah, like, but my point is, it's still the same, right? Like, are they cool? Yeah. I quite like the Primaris one because it's like, look, we've made intercessors do something else, maybe.
Why did that one get like 1 million stratagems and everyone else got 2?
Well, that was just doubling down on intercessors, really, because effectively, intercessors are Space Marines. They're like. Intercessors are now Space Marines. They are the most standard. Like when they do any imagery in the future of the Space Marine, it will be an intercessor, right? It's the battle line. Well, it's the troop choice Space Marine. Every army has one. Bolt rifle, or stalker pattern rifle, or bolt rifle over. So like, it kind of makes sense that they're trying to like buff. I mean, they've dropped their points.
I think so. Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
every opportunity to drop the points they have.
Every opportunity they've buffed them a little bit, like shooting at characters, potentially 2 extra hits. Like they've generally tried to make something happen there. Like not in a big way, just in a way, right?
Yeah,
which I think is interesting. But then like the Eldar one, like they really think only Eldar move around on bikes, right? That seems to be,
and we do,
and we do.
The only ones with real bikes. Custodes as well. There you go.
Yeah, like the Cataphrone one was cool. Like with the Mechanicum ones were cool. I like that. They were fun. The Guard ones were interesting.
I'm finding it hard to get excited about them because literally none of my armies that I play got anything.
You got no Chaos ones.
Literally.
But I imagine this is going to be the first
of no Salamanders, nothing.
I imagine this will be the first of 3 books where they do that, right?
So you're saying they're going to release 66 stratagems as
formations? Yeah, like realistically. Well, the next, I'm so like that one. Although they talk about so that's the phase 1 because I've read like the first half of the narrative. So that's effectively the first stage of the war. So like stage 1. So it's the Orcs versus like the Defenders, and then the Genestealer cults. And next to happen,
And then some Eldar turn up apparently.
Oh, and some Eldar, yeah. But Eldar turn up, they get their dicks kicked and sent off, but they do come back later with wraiths. Yeah.
The narrative don't meet the rules.
Well, you read it and you'll see.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I don't think the narrative is guiding any of these rules. I feel like they're not selling enough Primaris Marines. They're writing more rules to try and sell more, and they're not selling enough. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the rules are to try and they've write what we're not selling these, and we want to write rules for this stuff to include. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but
they're different departments, though, right?
what?
As in,
we're writing these rules. Write that into the story.
Books
the Eldar turn up because we've written a jet bike formation, and then we've also written a race formation. Right in later.
There's books and box.
Turn up.
Yeah, it more likely would be. It would more likely be that they do the story and then they do the rules after. Realistically,
yeah.
Okay. Which is why it would seem like, or they haven't included. But then, like the Death Guard and the Galapox dudes are quite a big deal in.
You got the name first time. That's
the Galapox infected are quite a big bit in the story, and that like they've had no formations in there, so I assume there's going to be some Drukhari are in there, and they've not had some battalions.
Just don't give anything to Talos, please.
Well, like the guys are saying in the chat, Vigilus is going to be 2 books.
Okay.
Right, so more than likely you'll see Chaos but like to be honest, Nikos, like if they threw Necrons into that place as well. Drukhari and Eldar are there. Drukhari and Craftboard are there.
Drukhari didn't get anything very
all Imperium are there. Like Space Marines are there. And then Death Guard are there. Well, yeah, Death Guard are there, and the Galapox are infected are there. The Orcs are there. See you later, Hobby Heresy. Oh god.
There's so much you've forgotten about already.
There's just loads of factions there. Like if
it's just like Dawn of War
turned up and then the Tau, it would just be a bit of a gag.
Yeah, like Dawn of War.
It's further proving that Games Workshop are systematically
oppressing the
Necrons and Tau. If they don't turn up.
Write a letter of complaint on Warhammer 40k page.
Yeah.
Overall,
I just can't get excited about it because I didn't get anything from it personally.
For your army, no Chaos, no Necrons.
And we've already got enough with chapter approved.
I don't particularly like these campaign books having rules in because.
Well, FYI, they've already said that Necrons and Tau won't be in Vigilus. So books 1 or 2.
Chaos though.
Oh well.
Chaos though.
So I don't like the idea of them releasing these books with these, like, say, as Eldar an example in this book, they got 2 formations. Like, I don't know how much this book is. So their business model that they're doing right now is £30, and you get to read some stories which not everyone's into, and you get 2 pages of rules.
Well, the stories.
I'm not gonna pay £30 for 2 pages of rules.
And the stories and the narrative at the front is what's the best way? So this is all opinion. This is my opinion subjectively. Like I like it because like I'm a fan. Like, and I'm like, this is quite exciting, and I was like, this is cool, and it expands on it a bit. But do I think that they're written particularly well? No. Do I think like the narrative, the novels that come out of Black Library are written well? Often, I think they are. Like, I think a large percentage of them are really good. As a man that's read books his whole life, I'm like, yeah, a bunch of these are quite good. A bunch of them aren't though, but they are about a subject matter I'm really interested in, so I'm kind of going to give them a bit of a chance. And I do like the story because it's an expanded story. Like, they did the Dark Imperium with the Rift, which is cool. Yeah, so they've actually moved the clock on. Also, there was a bit in it, actually, this is quite important, I reckon, if you guys are okay with me talking about it. No, you go for it, mate. So you know how they always talk about it's a minute to midnight? Mm-hmm. And they talk about that quite a bit. And they've done that for years, right? Like, and a lot of people have said that 40k is stagnated because it's in, like, a temporal lock. Yeah, like they can't move it on. Now, that what they've done, obviously, like with the Dark Imperium set, and I said this a few times, I don't think that they've stressed it well as a company, but they have completely changed the shape of the battlefield or the universe. Yeah. Half of it is now bad, if you will.
Bad side.
Bad side, yeah. But they've also messed with the time. If I can just find this for you. It might take me a little minute to find it. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I wasn't expecting to bring it up. Thank you. There is a change to the chronology, effectively, because they said that there's no way that they can tell the time. There you go. It's on page 28. The Chronologica post Citrax. After the opening of the Great Rift, near every active Imperial war zone had to devise and reinforce its own chronological system. Even had the Imperium of Man not been split in half, the sheer interstellar distance it covered prohibited any accurate reflection of time and space, which is effectively them retconning all past stuff, right? Yeah, which I think is interesting. Despite the flexibility of the check number system of old, where the first digit of each timestamp indicated its veracity, it became easy for dates and times to lose all meaning between star systems. Hashtag, we're redoing the timeline.
Algron's back.
It was Gulliman, Lord Commander of the Imperium, who made steps to resolve this after a long conference with his histories and the mysterious organisation, the Order Kronos. He decreed that a single logic could no longer be applied to time and space in the Imperium. Through the High Lords of Terror, he made his theory and resultant process into the law. There could be no unified calendar with so much temporal distortion occurring, even though the rift warping effects might not have reached the furthest spinward planets, and the lack of astronomicum that resulted there was still profoundly on those worlds. Therefore, each subsection of the Imperium would have to look at its own chronology and use the coming of the Great Rift of that sector as its reference point. Hermanista, thanks for subscribing. So, like, we're at a minute to midnight in M42 is now, as I read it via that, gone. And that's something that they've wrestled with as a company and as a setting for a long time.
So we're now Warhammer 42,000.
No, they're now Warhammer Anytime.
Warhammer.
Yeah, Warhammer
something.
Yeah, like so because like in Age of Sigmar there are 8 realms, like, and they've been in ages. Yeah. And now they can just be like some moment after the rift. So they've effectively moved the timeline beyond M42. Because it's hundreds of years after the rift is opened is where we're at now. So if you would take wherever the traditional 40k setting in your head was at the moment of the rift opening, yeah, it's now at least 200 years beyond that. So effectively they've moved the timeline on narratively. So that's why this book's quite cool, because they're doing that.
Yeah.
Like, and while there might just be loads of guff on why they're doing it and where they're doing it, it does mean that you get some cool, like, there could be like a Tau Necron war for like a long period of time. And because it's post-rift, it's just effectively temporal locked into some random story. Which means you can tell great stories.
Yeah.
I think. Or do you disagree?
I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Oh.
That's fine.
I'm from the neutral planet this time.
That sounded good.
I have no strong feelings either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you're using a point of reference after the rift opens, you can take that, apply it to Terra, and base all their timelines off Terra Central Time. Essentially, they could, but effectively, what they're saying is that they don't want to.
Yeah.
They're creating a narrative environment now where they can.
It's more flexible.
It's more flexible. So things like this, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I like it because the best thing that Games Workshop's ever done, in my opinion, is the Horus Heresy series of books, the campaign books that they released, because it was like an ongoing story. I followed along. I was like, yeah, like we're now at the Burning of Prospero, fuck yeah! And then you could like buy the models and play the story. And now they can do the same. You just they have to make you really care about Vigilus, and that's the big question: do you care?
I personally don't care.
It reminds me of. Do you remember Medusa 5?
I mean, maybe you've played along with a story. Have you ever played along a narrative story?
No.
But I don't either. I don't like the idea of Games Workshop telling me a story and then me having to buy their products to play their story. I'd rather buy what I want and play what I want and play my own story. It's always had the framework to do so. What I liked about the Horus Heresy is like a campaign books, and what I liked about it was I read the books, I thought these are cool, and instead of doing that thing where you watch a film or you read a book and you're like, I've got to say goodbye to those characters, you could go and revisit them.
Well, I have a Lord of the Rings strategy battle game.
Yeah, like you can go back and revisit those characters and play them like in. But like you make a valid point, like yeah, absolutely. So you don't have to buy the book to play the story, but it's nice now that they've learned from the Forge World and the Heresy.
You have the option now.
You could,
yeah.
I think.
You don't have to, yeah.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do.
Yeah, well,
if you want to, you can, but no one's going to force you to buy.
And if I want the rules, I'm just going to have to use my photographic memory. That's what I'm going to have to do.
Yes, the issue that it's a campaign book that produces new match play rules is problematic because, as stated, so this was £30, or the one I bought was £30, and then the one After that will be another £30. So effectively, I might be spending
£60 for
60 quid for 2 sets of rules.
I won't be buying any of those books.
Yeah, which is funny when they say they're not a game company, right? They're like, we don't really make games. We just want you to have fun. It's like,
yeah, how are we having fun
60
playing
quid for
games?
my fun. Yeah. And Dino says, plus it leaves some armies out in the cold, and that sucks if you're those armies.
Exactly.
Couldn't agree with you more. Maybe we should write our own campaign book for all the factions. Apart from Eldar, they're dead.
That's fine. We don't need your
Maybe
campaign
the story
book.
is how all the other factions killed all of Eldar.
Yeah.
And then you spawned Unade by mistake, and Unade destroyed the universe.
And we also killed Unade.
Fair enough. It's fine with me.
Yeah. And then Farknor says, likely we'll see entire tourneys that don't allow special detachments.
We might see some. I don't think we'll see many.
They don't appear to be that game breaking, really, do they?
No.
Not really.
But that's on surface level. It's when you get down to the minutiae, isn't it? Like exactly how good.
And when you combo some of them with the chapter approved points.
Yeah, and Daniel says my tournaments will not allow them. But more than likely Games Workshop will push it quite hard. But as we've learned already, the least played version of 40k is Games Workshop's version of 40k. So.
Did you see that Pete Foley retweet, by the way? Where he's like, a really good missions and chapter approved. Hopefully the ITC and the ETC take note and stop running their own home brand missions. The ETC uses Games Workshop missions.
I did see that.
That made me a cringe a
and
bit.
I laughed my balls off.
That made me cringe.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, you're like." They made it sound like it was made in like a garage, as opposed to like either a crazy number of people at the ETC, yeah, or a crazy number of people at the LVO.
And even then, though, we use Games Workshop missions.
Yeah, ITC don't.
And it's no, they don't. But it's concerning that you should know that. You have ETC players.
Well, don't ever go on the internet for an opinion about Warhammer.
Yeah, I've been to our Warhammer competitive, which is good fun for a laugh.
Oh yes.
Yes.
No, I refuse to read all things now. Apart from the incredible meme of Kev Roundtree's office.
Oh,
I'll show you a
that's
picture
fun.
later. It's
Yeah,
quite
I've
funny.
seen it. Yeah.
Right. So, anything else to say about the Vigilus? You guys haven't read the story yet. I'm going to read the story.
Read it all.
I didn't know I was the narrative
Do
guy.
an audiobook.
I'm the
You are
40k
the narrative
narrative guy.
guy.
I think the narrative for 40k
you
is
knew
fucking
I
cool.
wasn't the narrative guy.
Yeah, but I like the narrative. I think it's like really good. In parts.
I like the narrative. I think it's cool, but I'm not the type of person who's going to read the stories for it.
Same.
Like I enjoy hearing about it from people like you, or like artwork and things like that, or people talking about it. And I like the feel of the setting. It's really, really cool. But I'm just not that into reading and reading stories.
I still read the stories. Like I have them on Audible, so I'm listening to Prospero Burns
Yeah,
on
I might
audiobook in the
listen to
gym.
one.
How much is? We'll talk about it later.
I haven't got that far in.
Why?
Don't spoil it.
We'll talk about it later. Yeah.
I don't.
Anyway.
I want to know what happens. Does Magnus get heretic?
No spoilers.
Spoilers. By the way, don't look at any. Don't look on the web store.
What's that model behind you?
All right. Well, because you guys have been wonderful today. Thanks very much to Nikos and Tom. Everyone on Twitch chat, thank you very much for joining us. Podcast listeners, thanks. Everyone on Patreon and Twitch who donate money to the show, thank you for helping us kick a wicked show off. We're looking forward to 2019.
Yes.
Next time you see us, we're going to be playing some games live on the telly. Please join us.
No. Yes, and then it'll be League of Nights afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it'll be that and then League of Nights. So that'll round out our 40k year, which will be cool. And that's it. That's everything we've got to say. Any shout outs you guys want to make?
Get me in the 40k anime, please.
I've remembered.
Yeah.
So I want to give Aaron Wilson and JJ a shout out.
Who?
Aaron Wilson and JJ.
You're giving them shout outs.
Shout out, yeah, because they came and said hello.
Is
at
your
Quimbo.
microphone falling off?
No, sir.
He's hiding.
Sneaky
Hiding
boy.
it. I like to muffle myself. The podcast will go up tonight. It will go up in a minute. If that helps you out. Any shout outs, Tom? Anyone?
No. Got a couple of more interviews I'm recording coming up. So we've got 2 more scheduled.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, should be good.
Nice. All right. So yeah, thank you to everyone from me. Hopefully you'll find out what army I'm ever going to play in 40k.
All of them.
Not Harlequins is the answer. It's never going to be Harlequins.
You've got a buff in chapter approved.
What were they able to fly?
Your fusion pistols cost 2 points less.
Fuck off.